Hello. It's the Pontiff. Hello, 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 hello. And we're back in the Archieverse, and we are living. We're living. Today is Sunday in Australia. In America, it is Saturday night. Saturday night at the movies. Saturday night at the movies. So it's Saturday night in Australia. And sorry, Saturday night in America, please. Saturday night at the movies. Ah, and I've got to be totally honest with you. We are here to talk watches, wristwatches, and life. That's right, guys. I'm getting ready to wear the timepieces to this fantastic Melbourne event. We got Melbourne, and then I got New York. And I got to tell you something, guys. It is so damn exciting. I cannot wait to fly down to Yonkers, and I want to have the time of my life. I am pinning the message. Now, I got to tell you something. Everything's great. We got the Zeal in the house. We got Mikey the Snake. We have got, everybody is firing on cylinders. And we're getting ready for a wonderful time that we're going to have. And I got to tell you something. This is amazing. This time next week, I'll be in Melbourne. So it is looking fantastic. It's absolutely fan-fucking-tastic. So the trips are booked. We're ready to go. Now, let's talk some watch talk. Watches are a big part. I love my watches. And I got to tell you, I was talking to my friend Jimmy Vegas. And guess what? He said to me, I got a friend of mine. This is my friend. He's got the truck. He's got the new truck, the beautiful GMC truck. He's got break-in oil. He's going to run that. This guy, he just loves to take care of his stuff. This is good news. This is good news. And important thing. Tommy, put a comment. I'll give you the wrench.
Speaking of good news.
Yes, sir.
Here's Mike the Snake.
Mike the Snake.
I'm glad you feel that way. So Melbourne must be kind of like somebody in the United States, like me in California, flying to New York. It's like,
yeah, it's not quite. Yeah, it's a 2.5 hour flight.
I don't know how long the flight is from one end of the country to the other. I think it's about 3,000 miles.
It's about 6 hours.
Well, in Australia,
6 hours. Okay,
we got from Sydney to Perth is the big flight. Perth, that's JJ's friend. Perth Luxury used to live there.
The one who dined you in, Arch. Did he dine you in? Let's find out the truth.
I think. Look, he'll never. He's just a. I don't look. I tell you what. You stood by me. I was really. That's why I love my JJ.
Thank you.
You didn't have to. You weren't on my side then.
We were in mid-war. Actually, we were like kind of 3/4 through the war.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It was pretty. Look, I got to tell you, man, that was really cool. But let me say this to you. We just gave Tommy his wrench back. He's happy. Tommy's happy now. I'm really looking forward to Melbourne. It's going to be absolutely fan-fucking-tastic. It's going to be fantastic. Okay, this is going to be an amazing trip. I'm taking my son down. We're going to have we'll be streaming. We'll be doing everything for the punters. Okay, everything you could imagine, and it's going to be absolutely amazing. Now, who else have we got here? We got Marcelo on here. What's he saying? Hey, what's going on, Marcelo?
Just woke up now.
Okay.
Yeah, yesterday also birthday with some friends. But feel better now. I'm not drunk, don't worry.
Okay. We'll just put you in the car. I think I gotta manage my Marcelo JJ time. You know what I mean? I don't mind him coming on, but he's fucking repellent to some really big donors, JJ. What should I do, JJ?
Super chat.
They hate his guts. They hate his guts. Okay, they hate his guts.
Look,
okay?
I explained this to Marcelo the other day. Not that he listens, but I said, look, you got to work in slow. People are still upset. You got to small.
You got to work in slow. Exactly. Let's put him on mute because he can't. Even his grunts are fucking annoying at this hour. You know.
Slow introduction back into the fold. You know.
What do you do with him?
Well, yesterday I let him come on and wish him his happy birthday. Then we sent him to go, because we were doing some, important talk. We didn't really want to get into that, but small doses, Archie. He's got to work his way back into the fold. You can't just come back full force. People will freak out. But
yeah, I agree. And one more thing. I wake up in the morning. I come to your show here now. Is because I try to give my tribute. If you think that is too much, you always can kick me out because, of course, this is not my channel.
If you want to give some tribute, I
I
tell you what, JJ, if he wants to give some tribute, he can super chat. What do you think, JJ?
Hey, listen, that's something you guys got to work out between yourselves. I don't know.
We got half on Smash. Half on Smash is here, $2. First super chat of the night, $2. Perf Luxury still licks windows. Okay. Yes, Perf Luxury still licks windows. Yeah, I got to tell you, JJ. It's. I think Marcelo, you need to come in after the hour mark. Does that make sense?
Sure. Hour. I mean, whatever
I
you
think
guys
that's the best way. Because let's face it, you were paid a lot of money. You got to work with me, okay? I got to get some of this money, okay? So let you come in after an hour. After an hour, come on, because that's when it goes flat. At the start, there's nothing. It's a bit of a lead balloon when you come on, and people don't like you at the moment. They're really pissed off with you. I don't even like you, to be honest with you. I'm angry at you. Some of the stuff you did and said. I'll be honest with you.
And you're absolutely right. Yeah.
I understand. I understand it's loyal. It's YouTube. You play up for the camera, but it's a bit like plastic, JJ. Some of his gags, I don't find them funny. They kind of really piss me off. Does that make sense, JJ?
Yeah, I mean, look, you're entitled to be pissed. You're entitled to your opinion. I respect that, and I guess.
Yeah. So I tell you what, Marcelo, come back about an hour into the show. So I'll just take you out. Come back in an hour into the show might be best because I'm trying to get the momentum going. He's not a loved guest at the moment. Does that make sense?
Yes, I understand.
He kills the super chat. He kills the whole mood. He kills like Mike the Snake. He comes on. Nobody hates Mike. Mike's a great guy. He's a good guy. He sits there. He's a lovely guy. But Marcelo, one, he talks too much, and two, he just kills the mood. And let's face it, he got a shitload of money. We don't need to pay. We don't need to tip our hat to him. He got a fuckload of money. He's got to do what we want. Do you understand that, JJ?
This is the Archie Luxury Show, not the Marcelo Time Show. I understand, Archie. You got to run it how you see fit. I am here to support what you'd like to do.
JJ,
Did you get any screenshots, Arch? That's what I wanted to ask you. Screenshots of super chats from Mr. GMT's unboxing. I'm curious.
No, I don't care. You know what? Good luck to him. You know what? I don't. I'll be honest with you, JJ and Mr. G, you guys have been nice guys. I don't. You know, after I think I've changed as a person after this robbery, right? Like I no longer. I'll be honest with you. I'm looking at my whole goals have changed in life. Okay. Okay.
Right.
My goals have changed. Okay. And
What's the new goals versus the old goals? Can we get into it or no? That's top secret.
goals. The old no, I can tell you exactly. The old goals. I wanted to get a perpetual calendar Patek. I wanted to get a chronograph Patek, and I wanted to get more Rolex. I wanted a day date. Okay, I wanted to add it to my collection, the existing collection I had before. The new goals is to have the best 3 or 4 piece collection for living life. And I want to pay the home off. I want to pay the fucking mortgage off. I'm sick of being saddled with debt. I want to do the full Dave Ramsey debt-free stream. I'm just changing my calendar because it's the 1st of October.
I think I lost connection there for a little bit, but
it's okay. 1st of October. October.
Arch, it's your birthday month. You ready for a big month or what?
Yes, sir. I am. Okay. I am ready for a big month. Okay. Let me say this to you. JJ, my goals now, I tell you honestly, right? I used to love Mercedes-Benz, right? BMW. I've realized something, JJ.
It's all bullshit.
Well, they are beautiful to drive. Okay, you must agree. They are beautiful. Agree?
Yeah, for sure.
But they are all bullshit. Okay, they're not really fun. Do you think it's fun when you get $1,000 to change a fucking? You got to do it in pairs. Always excuses. I don't need these excuses, JJ.
It's not fun anymore when you got to pay the piper.
And I haven't even started really the real fun. Wait till the warranty runs out.
Right. That's when I started having the real fun, Arch. I said, screw this. But I learned my lesson quick and adapted and moved on.
Did it really impress people having the Mercedes? Can I ask you that? Do you think it really impressed people?
You know what? I don't know.
Or you didn't buy it to impress. You bought it for yourself. Tell me that.
No, I bought it because I liked it, and I just been dealing with them for so long. It made sense to stay with them at the time. I was getting good lease deals. I had a couple of good people I was working with, and I was getting great prices until, all this stuff started going down with COVID. Then I bought out my car before, but it started having problems, and my mistake was that's when I should have sold. I should have just gave that back and just bought the Toyota at that point and rode out the storm until prices get cheaper again. But I bought the CLS instead and upgraded, and it was good for the couple of years. But once the warranty ran out and I had the extended warranty, which didn't cover anything, I said, screw this. This is a scam. I'm out of here.
What did the extended warranty cover?
Is apparently everything that doesn't break, one of those types.
Like what? Like the engine, stuff like that.
It didn't cover any of the suspension, none of the electrical. It was like, well, what's the point of the warranty? I guess it was like the motor.
Yeah, but that doesn't break.
Yeah, well, that's why they sell it to you. Arch is all bullshit. That's why they sell it to you for a cheap price. It's not that much money. It's like $2,000.
Are you talking about an aftermarket warranty?
No, it's from them after the certified pre-owned wears off. Like you get 1 year, then you get 3-year warranty. But they don't tell you it's different than the 1-year pre-owned warranty. It's still from Mercedes, but it doesn't cover everything like the regular warranty.
Yeah, it's like an amended warranty. But you I believe you do have the option at the time of signing to add on this, that, whatever you want. Like if you want to make sure your electronics are covered, you can add that on. And there's a charge.
Someone's asking, why didn't you lease it, Arch? Well, it's in Australia. A true lease. That's when you have a true lease, you don't actually own it. So in Australia, we have a PCP. It's the same in England. They have a PCP, personal. Was it personal? It's a type of loan where it has a balloon at the end, and it's kind of it's basically for people who can't afford to pay cash for their cars. Okay, it's
Like
a
a finance.
financing.
Right.
It's a financing means.
It's a
Okay,
finance with a balloon payment at the end. Where they
let's be honest. There, if America abolished car loans and you had to pay for it for cash or stump up with the money, the whole car industry would collapse overnight. Okay, it's based purely on financing. Okay, that's how the car industry is run. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. That's just the facts of life.
They
Now,
say that's the number one trick, Arch. If you want to be even without like a well-paying job, if you want to be like well off in your older age, drive a shitty car until you're like 50.
Have you seen that on YouTube? That video's come up for you too. Drive a POS. That guy. He's
no,
in the pickup.
I didn't see that. I didn't see it, but that's like a widely known thing that the car payment, if you just buy, let's say, a $5,000 car and have no payment and pay yourself the car payment every month for like 25 years, you'll have like millions of dollars. But
There's more to life. There's more to life than having a pile of money, however.
Right. But, it's like, are you willing to sacrifice just the car? You can still have fun, do your vacation, stuff like that, but just the car, I don't know. I enjoy the car too much but, you also got to.
Mind you, your Toyota is not exactly what you'd call a $5,000 shitter, is it, JJ?
No, it's $50,000. The car. It's not
50.
Right.
Fuck, that's expensive. And it doesn't have battery. It's no hybrid at all. Is that correct?
No. The 6-cylinder, naturally aspirated, simple. That engine's been around for, I don't know, 15 years. It's like it never breaks. It's like one of their most bulletproof engines.
Yes. It is a very bulletproof. Tommy's had his BMW for a while. That seems to still be going okay. Mike had his Beamer for 10. That was 10-year-old Beamer, wasn't it, Mike the Snake? It was still going very well. They don't just break.
$5,000 pillows, though. You can't really go by him.
No.
Arch, I've had two Beamers. I had an 08 135, and then I had an 011 335 IS, and both of which I had no issues with whatsoever.
Tell me this: watches or cars, JJ? What gives you? What do you think? Watches or cars? Someone said this to me: watches or cars? I was talking to a friend. Watches or cars? What do you think?
At the end of the day, if I have to pick one, I go watches. But I think the best bet is to have a car you enjoy and a watch.
And a watch you enjoy.
Right. There's no need to go like super crazy for one thing. You know what I mean? It's all about the balance.
It's balance. It's balance, isn't it?
Balance. Thing people get carried away. They want, and even here too, right? Like we talk, everybody wants to have all these incredible watches, because they get caught up in like us talking about them all, and not necessarily because they want to have the best collection, but just because they're so tempted by the stuff we look at all day long and talk about. And I fall victim to it. I'm sure you do yourself. But if you step back and you really think about it, balance is key, right? You have a car you enjoy, a watch you enjoy, like think about all the old timers, right? How they would have like a knife they carried for like 30 years, right? That was their tool. They would use that forever. They didn't have 10 knives. They had their one knife, and it was with them every day, and they got their value.
A quality knife.
Or even a watch, right? Like your grandpa maybe wore the same watch for 30 years, and that was his watch, and he loved it. He beat the hell out of it, whatever. He took care of it, but he wore it every day. It got well used. It was, or what did they say? Well loved, right?
Exactly right there. I want to bring something up here for you boys here. Two-piece. I want to show you. This is a friend of the channel. Great guy. I'm going to bring this up. Not going to name him or shame him. We're going to bring this up here. 3-piece perfect combo collection. Da-da-da-da. What do you think of this? Batman.
All right.
Black Daytona.
Nice.
Oops. And a sub-date. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Is that all you'd need? That's it. 3 Rolex. Boom, boom, boom.
Well, I mean, I
And,
would say a little bit just have different color dials if you're going to get the same watch. I don't know. I find that 3 black dials kind of repetitive. I don't think you need the sub and the Daytona.
I think that's the theme.
Okay, all right. Well, to each their own. Me personally, I would go Batgirl, Jubilee, Hulk, and the Panda.
Oh, Hulk and the
But I would get the Batgirl on Jubilee. This way I have
now.
a brush bracelet, Oyster, a polished link Oyster, and the Jubilee. 3 different bracelets, 3 different dials, 3 different functions. At least, and they're all still Rolex, but at least it gives you some variety. You know, you get a black dial, white dial, and a green dial.
Yeah, 100% right. 100% right.
Or you can get a Pepsi Batgirl. I just think the Batgirl for travel is a little more low key and it matches more outfits. It's a little more practical in my head.
What do you think yourself? I mean, I'll be honest with you, JJ. I love watches. How long have you loved watches for? You were a kid, you loved watches?
I think well, when I was a kid, I had watches. You know, like the little like triathlon or Iron Man. You know, like we used to have done the races in school with them. That was like my first introduction. Then, like in the late '80s, like all the Swatch watches, all the colorful Swatch watches came out. I had one of them. I had one called Taxi Driver. If you ever look it up, it's yellow. It has like a little guy waiting for a cab. That was the one I had, and you know, had the little protector, the bezel protector. Then in high school, I had the little, you know, the calculator watches or the TV remote ones. We used to mess with the teachers, shut off the thing. So it was always like those kind, nothing. But in high school is when I started noticing like real watches. Like couple of like well-off guys in school had like Datejusts.
How the fuck they have Datejust? Were they running a prostitution ring or something?
I don't know. But that was my first introduction to like expensive watches, and I was like, you know, that the Datejust is the first watch I saw from Rolex. And then I started looking for watches in the late 90s. And I wound up getting the Breitling Crosswind because I like the larger size. The sub just looked too much of a tool watch. I wanted something a little, and the Datejust was just a little small. You know, the 36 I didn't like. So I wound up getting the Breitling.
I got some regrets here, JJ. I did it my way. Look at this.
Well,
This is
what's
a
your regrets?
3-piece.
Oh, it's perfect 2-piece. You ready? This is it.
What do you think of this? Your sub.
Sub and a Cartier Dumont XL as my dress piece, and call it a day.
Yeah.
Wow.
JJ, what do you think of this picture? I got regrets. Look at this. I got rid of the Daytona and I got rid of the Patek. Look at those.
Those were the 2 I told you to keep and sell everything else.
Yeah, because these were the most valuable. See, I wanted money. I wanted to get money.
Well,
you see,
still a good choice. It doesn't matter. Screw the Daytona. That's gone. But the Patek I would have kept because you're a Patek man. I would have got rid of the JLC and ate the cost. That's what I would have done. But I think what you should do now, in my opinion, is keep the Explorer 2 as your travel piece, your beater.
Yes, I love that. I've always loved that watch.
Have your bluesy as more of your daily where it's not going to get messed up. And then I would try, because your friend got such a killer deal on that World Time, to get that World Time from him and maybe trade him. I mean, I would trade him the Reverso and the Speedy. and that would be my 3-piece combo meal deal. Precious metal, 2-tone, and stainless. 2 Roli and a Patek. You got a GMT function, World Time function.
Yeah.
That would be a nice trio for Archie, for sure.
Because he got such a good deal on that watch. You're really not going to get killed on that deal. You're gonna do well.
No.
You know, just my opinion.
No. I understand what you're saying, but it is a very bitter pill to swallow.
Or you could keep Speedy as your beater and sell the Explorer 2. Why don't you trade in the Explorer 2 in the reverse?
I like, as a Rolex pair, what I like about this pair is you got a steel Explorer 2. That's like your travel watch, because I prefer to have the travel watch not in gold. Okay, so this is like under the radar for traveling, right?
Right. Yes, I agree.
And the sub, I think the best sub in Rolex, okay, would have to be the Bluesy or the Maserati, but the Maserati was such a small niche. You can't normally find that. So
Bluesy is the best thing.
I think Bluesy, as a general statement, in the current catalog, the Bluesy is the best to. I mean, you could argue the root beer. That's also beautiful. But the thing is, that as a two-piece is maybe that's all you need as a two-piece. What do you think? Explorer, as you said, Explorer 2 and a bluesy. Look at that. Two Rolex.
For normal people, yes. But you being a Patek man and that World Time being a great price that it is, and you loving the World Time function, I would get rid of whatever else you have besides these two, and just get that, and then that's it. 3-piece, 1 Patek, 2 Rolex, 2. You have.
I think the problem is now I just want to try and reduce the mortgage. You still got a mortgage? Well, see, you're in America. You fuckers in America
my mortgage I'll keep forever, Arch. It's not even 3%. It's pointless to get rid of it. It's like 2.
See, we don't fix. How many years left on your mortgage have you got?
Well, I refied when it went down to the lowest possible. My friend is in finance, and he hit it on the head. He hit it literally it never got cheaper than what he got it from me for. That was, I don't know, 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago. So I refied it at 30 because the price, I could still double pay. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you've ever done that before. You know that trick? Like, if you double pay the principal, you knock off like 12 years on the mortgage. So even though it's a 30-year mortgage, you really only
you can make the payments whatever you want.
So to get a 20-year mortgage really wasn't worth it because the rate didn't change at all. So I got the 30-year, and I just double up the principal. But technically, I got 27 years. Well, I got less than that now because I double up payments. But
I understand what you're saying. So how much do you borrow? Like, do you have 50% equity? What equity ratio did you have there?
Oh, I got way more than that because when I bought it at a good time. I got probably 70% equity.
Fuck you! That's just you're laughing. Yeah. But the problem with the problem with where you live is, you know what's wrong with where you live, JJ?
What?
The fucking taxes are ridiculous.
No, not where I am. Taxes are not bad.
No?
Nope.
No, not too bad?
No,
we got a super chat from Swinging Kangaroo, $5. JJ, missing one type of bracelet. Diamonds bracelet! How are you doing, JJ, Mike, and the one and only Archie Luxury? Love you all. Peace, brother. Peace, brother. Look at this.
Good to see Swinton in the house. Glad to have him back around. I miss Swinton.
He's a great guy.
Everybody's doing well. We're excited for the meetup. Hope you can pop in and meet us. I don't know what your schedule's like, but that would be great.
So, JJ, I'm going to, I'll be honest with you. This is going to be an amazing tour. I hope. I'm just staying in Manhattan for the whole time. I haven't even planned anything. You guys have got events planned, and I'm going to then be organizing some free meetups every night that I'm there, okay?
Cool. I might have something going on Thursday night, Arch, which is the day before the first day of the show. If you're
worries.
If you're interested in coming, it's if you're not meeting up with a bunch of people, it's kind of a closed thing, but someone invited us to a watch, like a shop in Manhattan. If you want to come check it out.
It's on the 19th, is it?
Right. I think you'll be there. I don't know if Tan or Bear will be there at that point. I don't think so. I think they're coming in Friday, but I know you're coming in the day before.
Yeah. Actually, 2 days before. I land on the Wednesday at 5 p.m.
Right. So if I do go to the event, if you want to come with me, we'll be in touch.
JJ, I'd love to go with you, man.
Yeah, it should be fun. It's a private event for a watch shop.
JJ, you're a cool guy, okay? I'd be honored to go with you. Let me tell you this. What I've found is I still love watches, right? I still love cars. Right. You just, as you get older, you get a bit more cynical. You realize, fuck, that's a real, like I'll be honest with you, that Mercedes, I fell in love with your Mercedes, okay? I thought, fuck me, Dad. Like, in my country, that car is so unattainable, okay? And you got the perfect model I would get, the CLS 450. You had the 450, didn't you? CLS 450.
Yes, 450.
Right? That's the one I would want, right? I don't want bigger than that. That is absolutely amazing car. Then you told me the story of that electronic starter thing fucking up. I don't want that shit.
Yeah.
I don't want that shit. And it's all integrated. As you said, you can't just disable it or take it out. It's fucking integrated. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why I moved on from it, Arch. I'll get back in the game when it's feasible. That's the thing. You got to be, You got to be able to get it.
But maybe, JJ, you've had enough and say, fuck this. What do I need that for? For what? Some ungrateful bitch to impress some ungrateful bitch I picked up on Tinder who gets impressed by the fact she's in a Mercedes instead of a fucking bus that she should be in. I mean, you tell me, JJ.
You got to
I'm not
I feel like you got to follow your passions. If you're enjoying cars at the moment and it makes sense for you to get one, then do it. Like, I wouldn't like force myself into a situation, you know, like when watches went ridiculously high. If you remember, like none of us were really buying at that point, right? I remember when the VC overseas was trading for like 55, 60. Like nobody was buying watches that I knew, at least at that point anyway. It was like too crazy. It's not worth it. But, you know, at the times when you can get, and it's the same thing with cars now. Like I'm not paying over sticker and begging someone to sell me like a luxury item. You know what I mean? I'll buy them when no one else can buy them.
Tommy's got a JJ just told us not to buy luxury items until 50, and now AC,
I said cars. I said cars.
And AC3 is saying, as you age, you get cynical. When should we buy? Well, I think the problem is this, okay? If you drink the Kool-Aid and think happiness is a Mercedes or a BMW or some European luxury car, the funny thing is, you know, BMW and Mercedes, they're not even super luxury cars, really. Like they're kind of,
they're more usable, like a Rolex.
Yeah. I mean, what's the ultimate sedan? Like a Maserati? What would you say? What would you Maserati or what? What is the
sedan? I mean, is there really a great sedan? Maybe like a Maybach.
You know, the Hyundai Genesis sedan is awesome, and it has a 500 horsepower V8, and every bit as luxury car.
It's a V6, I think.
I may be wrong, but the one I saw that I saw a couple of years ago had a really high powered V8 in it. It was the 4-door, you know. It's not their little.
No. I know it's the SUV. It's the look. I got to tell you something.
No. It's a 4-door sedan. It's just their Genesis sedan.
Oh, the Stingers. I know what you're talking about.
No, it's not a Stinger. It looks just like a fucking Mercedes. If you pulled the emblems off of it, the Stingers look sharp.
Sorry, okay.
I'll see you guys later. Sorry, I just I got to get ready. I'm gonna leave in a half hour. So.
We love you, JJ. See you later, mate.
JJ loves you guys too. I'll see you tomorrow, Archie. I'll hop on tomorrow for a while. Today I'm.
Hey, JJ,
in New York, you know?
It's always an honor to have you on, man. We love you. Go and have fun. Just make sure the bitches don't damage the Toyota, okay?
You got it.
It's still a $50,000 car, okay? Just tell them, be fucking careful. It may not be a Mercedes, but it's gonna last longer than that fucking CLS, okay?
All right, later, guys.
Okay, see you later there. No, those, you know, the Stinger and the Kia. The Kia and the Genesis, they use the same underpinnings. Did you know this, Mike?
Well, I think Kia and Hyundai are related. I mean, they're both the same Korean company, mother company.
I've never really liked Korean cars, to be honest with you. I like their women. I like their women. I must admit, they have some fucking beautiful women. I love their women, but the Korean cars, they came out. I remember when they came out in the 90s, they were eco shitboxes, unreliable eco shitboxes.
Absolutely.
Cheap.
But they've come miles and miles from that today. And
Scotty Kilmer still says Japanese is way better. Scotty Kilmer still says Japanese has the edge.
Yeah, you could probably argue that point. And I think the price point on Kia and Hyundai is a little lower than Japanese as well. So, you know, there you go. You know, you spend a little bit more and get Japanese. But my dad has had a Santa Fe, a Hyundai Santa Fe, for many years, and he's had 3 of them actually, and they've all been trouble free, and I mean their interiors are nice. You get in it, you know, and regarding that Genesis sedan, if you pulled the emblems off of it and looked at it, you would swear you're looking at a Mercedes. It's a sharp looking car. It's a 4-door luxury, big long, you know, luxury car, and it's I think they got the designer from Mercedes to design it. Honestly, And it's a sweetheart of a car. It's
Let me ask you
absolutely
this.
beautiful.
Look at these watches on the screen here. Bluesy and a beautiful, look at this. A bluesy and an Explorer 2, Mike.
Yeah,
Perfect two-piece pairing.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, you know, you got a number of functions covered there,
What more
and
do you want?
I wouldn't want any more. I'm wearing my Speedy, but not for the chronograph. I'm wearing it just because it was one of the watches to get in the beginners watch
Oh,
collection.
I absolutely loved it. Nothing beginner about a Speedy. I love a Speedy. I think a Speedy. I'm going to be totally honest with you. I loved my Maserati blue. That was my favorite Daytona. However, I really do love the Speedy. I think it's just manual wind. It's got the yin and the yang. Speaking of yin and yang, we got T Dubs joining us. How are you, T
Morning,
Dubs?
Archie. Morning, Mike. Morning,
Hello.
boys.
Going.
Look at that. The two-piece meal deal combo. They're the Hunger Buster. That's a Hunger Buster deal.
That's a hunger buster. We got Patel Philippe, $50. $50. Patel is back. The zeal is in the house. Best three-piece, Patek 5107, Patek 5035, and Patek 5110. So that's the Calatrava. That's the one I had. The 5035, the annual calendar, and the world time. Tan Zeal, you were right. The only problem is, Tan, they're gone.
You'll
It's
get
like
them back,
that
Arch.
song.
You'll get them back again. Don't worry.
T-Dub, I don't know if I want them back.
You don't want them back? Why?
No. I don't know if I want them back. I'm just telling you honestly. I've kind of. They were beautiful things. Okay.
Yes.
You heard that song yesterday when I was young.
Young.
You know that song?
Yeah. Da 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 da. Who sung that? Oh, who was
Glenn
that?
Campbell. Glenn Campbell.
Yes, but there was a female singer. She did a version of that.
Oh, there's a couple. There's a.
Yeah.
Who else? There's many. It's a very, very. But I think that's so sad. You know, I look back on my life, right? 20 years ago, I can remember very easily. Like, I look at my dad now. My dad's in his 70s. And I
God
think,
bless
fuck,
him.
he's old. He's old.
God
right?
bless him. Papa Pluto, God bless him. I hope he's well.
You know what? 20 years ago, he's only 22 years older than me. 20 years ago, he was my age now. Does that make sense? It's gone so quick. That 20 years
goes
stretch.
quick, Arch. It does. Yes, time goes quick. And
so I got to say to you, this is actually a very good point here. This is the deal. You know what? I want to say this to you. The zeal in the house, talking watches. I fucking miss them, man. I do miss certain watches I've had.
Nice super chat. That's a big one.
It's a very nice show. I'm just going to bring this up on the screen here because we can have a look. This was my. I love them so much. I did love them. I remember having these. That was the look at that. That as a fucking annual calendar. I loved it. It was a little bit small, but I fucking loved that watch. Fuck did I love that watch. I remember taking.
Was that 39? Arch? 39 mil?
37. And this was the 5107. Fuck did I love. Had the smooth bezel. Just absolutely loved that watch. I enjoyed. That was my first. I got that because I had an inheritance from my grandfather. And I got to tell you, that was the first watch I bought where it wasn't a compromise. I just bought it because I loved it. Actually, yeah, it was because I loved it. Yeah, I fucking that was I bought my wife a 24 Patek 24. I had some amazing things, guys. I had some really fucking beautiful stuff. But you know what? I got to be totally honest with you. Okay, let me just okay. That's beautiful shit I owned. It's better to have enjoyed and lost than to have never loved. Okay. And I
Yes,
got to
you're right
tell
there,
you,
Archie.
you know what? I've kind of moved. Look, T-Dub, I've moved on. I don't have a corporate job anymore. I do streaming. What's more important to me, I tell you this, T-Dub, is family. Okay, I want to make sure my sons are okay. You know what I mean? Like, I'd
Yeah.
rather. I'll be honest. Okay, what I'm thinking of doing, I'm seeing how I actually had my son over yesterday for dinner. He came over. We're getting ready for Melbourne. I got a special laptop for him. I got him a laptop. We're going down to Melbourne. Put some software up. I thought we had a bit of a licensing issue. I bought another license, so that's all resolved now.
How'd the
What
driving test go? Did he do well with it in the Beamer? Didn't he go for a driving test, a driving
No.
lesson? Or something?
No. He's that's the other boys. No, they're both doing driving tests. They're both doing driving lessons. That's the younger two. No, they're doing them. Let me say this to you, T-Dub. You know what? My emphasis has changed, right? So now what do I want to do? I'm 50, okay? I look at you, T-Dub. You're a role model for me, T-Dub. And I realize
Oh no, I wouldn't. No, don't call me a role model.
you're a good guy. You're a good father.
I've
You're a
been
good man.
I've been stupid with money, Arch. I'm not. I'd have to say that for anyone out there, don't I don't be cavalier. At times I've been very cavalier with things.
Okay. You regret that
Cars.
now?
Oh yeah, I guess
What's the
there's
most
some
stupid
regrets. But,
purchases you've made? What's the most stupid things you've done? Tell me.
oh, with money?
Actually, a very rich man. I got a friend of mine who's an accountant, and he had this very rich husband and wife in front of him. And the
Yes.
husband says, "You know what the most stupid fucking thing I've ever done in my life is? This guy's worth 20 million."
Yes.
You know what he says?
Getting married.
The bitch next to me.
Ooh.
And she goes, yeah, keep it up, honey. Keep it up, honey. I want it half. I want half. That's what she says. Keep it up, honey. I want half. Okay.
Well, look, it's a partnership. I remember you saying that it is a partnership. Unless you've got someone beside you who's heading in the right direction, heading in the same direction as you, with the same goals and aspirations, and that
You were a really good-looking guy in your younger days, T-Dub.
Oh, thank you, Arch. Yeah, I used to take care of myself, and I used to,
a little bit arrogant. I can see you were quite an arrogant guy. Tall, big, strong.
No, I don't think I wasn't arrogant. Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe you could have come across that way. We got another super chat here. Patel Philippe, $5. Thoughts on the JLC Reverso Tribute Moonphase Small Seconds
Monoface.
Blue, aka the Blondie Verso. Did she get one?
Monoface.
I got to tell you, just looking at some of these watches here, do I miss them? You know what? They were beautiful. I loved them so much. That's a Breguet I had. Fuck, that was a beautiful
You had
watch.
the Type 20? That's the Type 20?
That was the first. That's the first time. I had a couple of them. I've had a few
Yes, you
Breguets.
did. You had a few Bregos, the Bregsters.
This is some of my. Oh, that's the AP I had.
The AP. I remember the AP, Arch. I remember when you got it back from the service, where they ripped you a third and a second. But Did they do a good service on that? They did a pretty good service on that, didn't they?
Yeah, it was expensive. But this is the Shadow line I had. This was the ladies' JLC that I had. And that was my that I don't have this watch. This watch was taken in the burglary, but I've got a same model but slightly newer. Yeah. Look, I got to be honest with you. JLC makes some great stuff. thoughts on the JLC Tribute Moon Phase Small Seconds? Beautiful. Beautiful watch. How could you not love a manual wind JLC Reverso? Fuck it. Beautiful. Absolutely stunning, Patel. Absolutely. I love, this is just showing my Reverso. I love a Reverso. I love the Reverso.
Archie, it's a mono face, not moon face.
Oh, mono face.
Mono
Okay.
face. So I think
sorry.
when you flip, it's just got a, you know, it's a silver case back on one side, I believe.
No worries. T-Dub, tell me this, T-Dub, in your own case, you've raised 2 boys. Let's face it. Let's look at this. Life is not always about monetary success or failure. Okay? You've got 2 children, haven't you, T-Dub?
Yes, as I know of, only the 2 boys.
How many times you've been married?
Just the once, Archie. Just once.
And you've lived a good life. You've worked in many jobs. You've done many things.
Yes, I've done a few things. Yeah.
You got a place to call home. You got a place to call home. You got a place. You're doing okay. How could you not be happy with that? You have a motor car. You don't drive. You have a motor car?
No, don't drive anymore, Archie. Don't. No.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just about now. It's about staying healthy and just staying afloat, keeping my head above water. So
yeah,
I've knocked the cigarettes on the head, so I'll be a little bit more money in the pocket, you know. So
you were buying those. You weren't buying from the supermarket. You were buying Chop, weren't you, Bart?
No, it's not illegal. They're just the cheaper ones at TSG. Remember?
I think they are illegal because it's Chop. They're not paying the tax on them. You understand?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell Philippe.
Well,
$5. Life is about 2 things: Patek and pussy.
Yeah, you know I don't know. When you get to a certain stage, stage in life.
When you've spun the casino wheel and you've lost everything,
yeah,
your emphasis changes. Okay, Patel, I'm not the winner chicken dinner I was 12 months ago. Okay, I lost my collection.
You spun that wheel and they put that ball in, and she lands on 0. Archie, she lands on 0, and everybody loses their money.
Yes,
double 0.
You know, so I got to be totally honest with you, Patel. Yeah, I'm sorry, Patel, but Patel, I've spun the wheel and it's come out 0. Okay, red or black? No, I've lost the money. Okay, so Patek and pussy. I'll be honest with you. I actually want to reduce liabilities. That's what I want to do. Like what I used to do is I used to run my business in arrears. I'd pay the tax bill as it was due. Now I actually put the money aside as I earn it, because I don't want to. My emphasis in life has changed. It's not about just everything will be better next year. If things go shit, I don't want to be fucked. And having a home, a mortgage and shit like that, you know what? I want to make sure everything is okay. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't want to have I don't want to have liabilities, okay? I don't want to be fucked. If things go shit, I don't want to have to go in big trouble.
Well, that's one thing I can say I'm happy about is I don't have debts over my head at the moment.
Yeah. You're debt free.
I've only got a small one. And
credit card debt?
No, never been near. Haven't been near them in years, Archie. Haven't been near them in years. I had an American Express once. I had an American Express card, But I've soon realised with them. See, the thing is with the Amex,
you got to pay it off every month.
You got to pay you got to pay that every month, mate. She's got to be paid up every month. You can't run up 10 or 20 grand on an Amex, and then at the end of the month think, oh shit, where am I going to get the money to pay this for?
You're fucked. You're fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I
was listening to the young Jake and the Professor last night. They're having an interesting riff.
He's an interesting guy. But tell me this. What's the most stupid things you've done in your life? Looking back, if you're giving advice to your son, what would you say? Be careful with the pussy? What would you say? Don't get married too soon? What advice would I give? I would say, you know what? Be careful with who you choose to marry.
Yeah, it's I have tried. I've tried to give them advice, but I think because they're in mummy's camp, there's still sort of a fair amount of bitterness there on that side. So, but I don't think
Did mummy remarry?
No, she has. No, they don't remarry, mate. The Filipinos, they don't do it.
Yeah.
Not.
But you've set her up. Isn't she grateful? At least she's in Australia, a great country. Isn't she grateful for that? She's got a higher standard of living than if she was in the Philippines, and her kids have done. Isn't she happy for that?
Yeah, she's. I guess so. She is, but she works, Arch. She works. She was working in a laundry down there in Southport for a number of years.
Yeah.
The guy there was good to her. I'm not sure what she's doing now, but
she never thought about getting married again or finding someone else.
Well, that's one of the reasons why we got divorced. I said, go and remarry. The chap that she was seeing, he was a good bloke, just an honest, run of the mill Aussie tradie.
When you say she was seeing a bloke, like she was still married with you, or you had separated by then?
Well, there was lots of comings and goings, Archie, and that's what I couldn't stand in the end. It just wasn't working. And when when it's not working, and you're trying to stay together for the kids' sake, it's just not good. You're damaging your children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she didn't stay. She didn't stay with that tradie guy. She left him in the end.
No, she stayed with him. Stayed with him right till the very end. John passed away. I think it was earlier this year. Around that, he's nearly 83. He got Parkinson's though. He was a good bloke. He was a fisherman. He used to take her out. I don't know, Arch. I don't know. He'd been married before. He had 2 children to his first wife.
Yeah, Aussie wife.
Aussie guy, yeah.
Okay. And what's wrong with that? They like a bit of companionship, don't they, or not?
Who? Sorry?
Your wife wanted companionship. Your ex-wife wanted companionship, and he wanted some companionship. That seems like a perfect deal, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You get lonely. Don't you think you get lonely or not?
Well, I think at one stage there he said to me, she was trying to. I think he said she wanted him to sleep with her. She wanted to spite me, out of spite, sort of thing. And I didn't react to it. It was like, go for it. Whatever makes you happy.
Yeah.
She said, well, she's like, why did you marry me in the first place? Why did you marry me in the first place? And I said, well, I thought I'd, make you happy. And, we were happy there for a few years. But
the thing is, she jumped teams.
Don't you think
she didn't. She didn't actually. No, not Mike. She didn't jump teams.
They had separated for a while before that happened.
Yes, yeah.
But I mean, a marriage really can't last unless both people are playing on the same team.
Exactly, Mike. That's true.
That's
yes,
kind
exactly.
of what I meant.
Yes,
as soon as one of them is not on your team, then
yes,
they have their own agenda. And
we're all the amount of counselling and all that stuff. It's waste of money. You know,
that was a waste of money.
Yes, if it's not going to work, it's not going to work. It's no good.
Yeah.
It's no good trying to.
Didn't you tell me that the intimacy died? She wouldn't give you the intimacy you required. Didn't you say that to me?
No, I think it was the other way around. I think she felt she may have felt I'd sort of rejected her or something. I don't know that way, but
I see. Sometimes I know some of these ladies can turn the taps off. You know what I mean? You turn the taps off and you've got, the water doesn't flow.
And also another thing too is I couldn't stand the silent treatment, with the no talkies for about a week or more. Just no communication. It's hard to try and live with somebody who just won't talk to you.
Did she make dinner for you at least if she wasn't talking to you?
Oh, always dinner.
Was she a good cook?
Well, yeah. Not Michelin star, just the the run of the mill stuff, mate. The chicken pork adobo and the sinigang and pancit canton and.
Archie, is that your Reverso there?
Yeah, that's the one I had, which unfortunately was taken in the burglary. Yeah, that was my. Well, it's legally it still is my Reverso. Okay, legally I still own it. Okay.
It's just really like
did it ever come, Archie? Did they never found?
No, I got nothing.
Police never.
I got nothing. Okay, and look, I don't blame anyone. I made some mistakes, and that's obviously I've paid the price for it. And I, in all honesty, there, T-Dub, my life. If the biggest disaster is that, well, my life's not that bad. That's not. I've had some incredibly fantastic times in my YouTube, my career here, and I want to. I tell you honestly,
I like the professor's analogy on. These are material things. They're nice to have. They're nice to own.
Yes,
and
they
enjoy.
are very nice to have. They are, but they're not the meaning of life.
No.
Okay. No. And I got to be honest with you, the bluesy that's on my wrist, that gives me a lot of pleasure. I haven't even, the other watches are all in the safe, bank safe. I haven't even been tempted to swap them out. I just wear the bluesy, wear the bluesy, wear the bluesy. That's it.
Yeah, that's sort of, I think.
It's a good go-to watch. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's a utilitarian piece.
I'd like to actually start living overseas next year.
Where would you like to live, Arch?
I'm actually thinking. See,
KL.
The big problem is I love Singapore and Hong Kong, but the housing costs are really expensive.
Oh, right, too expensive, mate. Too expensive.
Here we go. We've got a super chat from Rick Foss. Rick Foss. Here we go. 20 knock. Just to get you on track, super chat. Just to get you on track, super chat. Thank you, Rick Foss. I tell you where I'd like to go. So you can get a 6-month from Australia. You can get a 6-month visa in Japan. You can get a 6-month visa to Malaysia, or 3-month visa. I'd like to go for a month. I'm thinking KL. Like KL, it's not as rough and see Bangkok's getting expensive, and also it's a bit rough and tumble. I think KL's kind of a bit more like Singapore, but it's not priced like Singapore. I think KL I'm thinking of going 2 to 3 weeks. What do you reckon?
Okay.
Next year.
What about have the boys? You've ever taken them back to Japan, back to their mother's home?
Yeah, well, I was going to take my oldest son. I was going to take him to KL with me. We're going to live there for a couple of weeks. See how it goes.
Okay. Okay.
I'm trying to get him into making videos and filming. I'm trying to get him into some stuff.
Yes, yes. Good.
And I've got a few ideas. We've got a few things we're doing. We're working on stuff. So yeah, you never know what could happen there. You know, I mean, I'm just thinking, what is happiness? What do we want? What is it? What is it? What is it? I mean, you get to, I don't know, T-Dub, I don't know about you, but I'm kind of looking for the next thing. You understand? I'm not happy. When I say I'm not happy, I don't think I am happy. I got a lot to be grateful for.
Yes, you do, Archie. You got a lot to be great. You got nice home, nice wife, nice boys. I think if you ask me regrets, possibly they had the first son, and then there was a 5-year gap, but we lost one not long after the first one was born, and she wanted a daughter. She was really had a heart set on having a daughter, and
Archie got a big super chat happening.
We got a super chat.
Big super chat.
Diamond, $100.
Malik.
More travel videos, more travel photos. Quit farting around. Take the bluesy and go, big boy.
Yes, yes, I concur. Go. I remember the videos in Japan, Arch, with the trains. You know, the bullet trains and that. They were great. They were fantastic.
They were amazing.
And the train driver, he'd up the front, he'd have the Seiko in the little on the instrument panel. You know, there's the Seiko train.
Yes.
How was that experience, Arch? Was that? See, that's one of the places I never got to, and I would have loved to have got there.
Oh, it's fucking amazing. And I also went to, because I've always loved trains, right?
Mm.
I went to they had a train museum. I went to the Japanese.
That's right. Yes, the train museum. I remember that video.
And that was fucking incredible. It's amazing. I love trains. I like machine. I mean, men. We like cars, vehicles, planes, all that sort of shit, don't we?
Machinery. We love the machinery, Arch.
We do. And I remember I took my Reverso to Japan. Yes, I did. I took my Reverso. Yeah, that was Japan was amazing. Absolutely amazing. And I had a great Japan was incredible. I'd love to go back there for again. I am going to go back there again. I'm thinking, you know,
What about your wife? Does she go back? Is she family still there? The parents and family and that? Does she get homesick or?
No, she doesn't talk to her family. She had a dispute with them, and she does not talk to them anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, and the other ones have died, so she doesn't.
Okay.
When they hold a grudge to the grave. Okay.
Well, yes. I understand.
But she is keen to look. We haven't been back in a number. We went 2016. And then she's gone again once for a course. It is amazing stuff. It is amazing. Look, Japan is. I tell you what. I think for myself, I would love to go. I'm thinking of doing this with my son because he's 30 and he hasn't really got a career. So I said, you know, why don't you help me do some videos? You can, because it's teaching him some IT skills. I said, just do this for a bit. And you may like it, and we because my problem is this: I do these streams, and then I don't have the enthusiasm to do a lot of videos. See, that's what happens, right?
Yes.
So I'm thinking if I can try and get him involved, I would love to try and get him because I want to try because he's 30, he's just a bit of a lost point. I said, well, do some IT stuff with me. And we can get a little bit of money for you, and you can learn some skills, and then we never know where it leads. You got to start. You've got to start. Start. So, and I'm thinking also taking him overseas. I'm thinking about going in January for 3 weeks. Okay, there you go. January, 3 weeks. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm thinking just fuck
Well,
it.
that'll be nice. You know, you can
December or
go
January.
together and
Maybe December. I might even fucking do it in. I don't know because we've got Christmas in.
see. I tell you, I'm a bit of a dinosaur, Arch, and you've probably got much more knowledge than me.
Yeah, but T-Dub, I tell you this now. I'm getting fucking old now. You know what I mean? Like
no, come on, Archie. You're not old. Come on,
T-Dub.
Come on.
T-Dub.
You just turned 50, mate. Come on.
T-Dub. Being 50 in IT is like being 62 and a half in any other industry. It's a young man's game.
I understand. It's
but that's okay. I'm not bitter about that. You got to understand, I'm not bitter. Okay? I'm not bitter. Okay? I look, sometimes in life, can I tell you this, T-Dub? I'll be honest with you. I was very fortunate that I married my wife, who I married. I was very lucky because she has a profession. She's a nurse, she registered RN, right?
Yes.
I was going to marry a Thai lady, and my dad said to me, my dad pulled me aside, and I don't know why I listened to him, right? Here we go, Starchy, $2. Why are you telling everyone you're leaving again? I'm not leaving anywhere, Starchy. I'm here to stay. But he said to me, he said, you know, if you marry this Thai lady, she's got 2 children. You're going to have to sponsor them over. And he was right. And he goes, what are you guys going to...
Assurance of support, Archie. You would have had to sign an assurance of support, they call it.
And he said to me, he said, what are you going to do? She comes here. Her English is good, but it's not brilliant. What job's she going to get? And she's got 2 kids. She can't really work. Childcare. My dad said to me, look, if you marry her, you'll never own a house. That's what my dad said to me. He said, you know, if you marry her, she's a lovely girl. He goes, you'll never own a house. That's what he said to me. He said, you really cannot afford it. And you know what? I don't know why I listened to him, because he's done fucking silly things himself in now, right? But I thought, fuck, he raises a good point. He said, why don't you find someone who's already here? This is my dad said to me. He goes, why don't you find someone who's already in Australia? This is my dad. He's a bit different era. He goes, if you really like Asians, why don't you at least find one who's here who has a fucking job?
Yes, and already established. Yes.
Does that make sense or not?
Oh shit! Yeah, very good. Very good.
And I got to tell you something. That's the only reason we got a house.
Well, it's good you listen to him, Archie. It's good you listen to him.
Yeah, normally I don't. And then we bought an apartment. I didn't put any money down. I just used the equity in the house. And those 2 things have become very valuable. The watch collection, that was my 3rd thing. My watches, stolen. T-Dub, stolen. They're gone. Hey, Arch! Are they gone? Are they gone, Arch? Well, they're no longer there. They're gone. And I think for me, when people say to me, oh, you're going to get them again, rebuild, I don't think I want to rebuild. I want to have a couple pieces that I love and use. Does that make sense?
It does, and I think you're right that you just sometimes you get to a point in life where less is more. You know, you're happy with the bluesy. Like you said, the others are in the safe. You haven't gone, rotating as regularly as what you used to. So you must be happy with the bluesy. So
look, I the funny thing is,
it's unfortunate what's happened. It's unfortunate.
But the thing is, I'm very lucky. None of the family were hurt. Do you understand, T-Dub?
Exactly. Yes, that's what I was going to say, Archie.
Because that could have gone so badly. It could have been so badly.
Yes.
And I tell you this now. I think realistically, T-Dub, like I got a neighbor. Okay, I never really knew her kids well because they were 10 or 15 years younger. Okay.
Right.
Or yeah, 10, 15 years younger. Okay. So I was never really close to them. But the girl there, she never really did that great. Then she went into real estate and she started selling homes. She's doing really well. She got a BMW, then she got a Mercedes, and then she got married. She had a beautiful house, and she was selling fucking expensive homes, not like a class above my house. Okay, they were above my, and she was doing so well. She had a kid. I just found out she was sexually assaulted 2 years ago. I don't know what happened. I don't know. Okay.
All right.
She became an alcoholic.
Yeah.
She's got a young kid who's 5, and she's her relationship with her husband has fallen to bits. She's moved in back with mum and dad. She's got a 5-year-old kid. She's still, well, when they say an alcoholic, I don't think you ever recover from that. You know what I'm saying?
No. She's got trauma, Archie.
Addiction issues. No more Mercedes, no more BMW, no more high-flying real estate career. It's kind of fucked. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, it's
all over. She's blinked. You just click your fingers. She was going so well. They were a power couple. She was doing real estate, expensive cars, nice house, da. And now it's all over. Do you see what I'm saying?
Let's hope she gets some help there, Arch. And I don't know the person.
Her parents have taken her in. I mean, that's very good. But you see what I'm saying, don't you, or not? You see what I'm saying? Like you're like in her case. Okay, so I had the burglary. That really fucked with me, right? But you know what? Now I'm coming through. I've got different aims. So what's my aims now? My aims are to reduce the level of debt, because I don't want to be stuck working forever. Does that make sense?
Yes.
What was your main career, T-Dub? What was your thing? Like you were a what? Were you like a plumber? You were an electrician? What were you? You were a hotel manager? What? I never could understand. Were you an odd jobs man? What were you? What was your main job profession in your from 18?
Mainly hospitality when I was younger, Archie, in the hotels. I tried a bit of labouring. I tried a bit of trade work, Ricky's labouring, but I did an injury to my right shoulder when I was Ricky's labouring. The 2 guys that I was working with, actually, they were top bricklayers, and one of them, he was going to teach me how to lay bricks. And you know, if I had been physically more up and able, I possibly could have done it. And but no, I had to stop that. But yeah, prior to that, and at the end was my last job was same hospitality, but back of house. But that's a tough game to get into and stay in. You know, there's a lot of people go into it and think they're going to work their way up to the general manager, and after a couple of years they get disheartened.
So what were you
doing? The last place I was in was remember the GCI, Archie?
Gold Coast International.
Yeah, it was owned by a Japanese fella, and the manager there, he used to work for Alan Bond, Perth. He used to work at what's that one in Perth? Bondi had. I think it's called Observation City or something. The casino and
the Gold Coast.
So
exist anymore, does it? Gold Coast
Yeah,
International.
yeah. I think he sold it. It's changed hands. But
what did you do with him? What did you do for him? What did you do?
I was in the back of house cleaning, housekeeping department.
Okay, so you ran the house cleaning, or you were a cleaner yourself?
Well, the last I was there for about 3 years, casual.
Yeah.
And then I got offered a houseman's job.
Yeah.
Houseman was like, basically, you're the last person in the room before the guest. You know, the supervisor would go in and check the room, see if it needed anything, and the job was called down to the office, and you'd have to go up, do whatever, bedspread or whatever. I was on a pager. Remember the old pagers? I was on a pager system.
Yeah.
But
hey, TW, you're withholding.
Tell me this, T-Dub.
Hey,
you must have some interesting stories.
No, they're not interesting. They're not interesting. It's withholding.
I met Kylie one night, Arch. I met Kylie.
Here we go.
Kylie was in-house one night.
Here we go.
Yeah, I met Kylie.
How was she?
I met Kylie. I had a little bit of a run-in with her, actually. She was with this French guy, and
for fuck's sake.
I got called up to the room.
Yeah.
Oh, I better not say this. I better not say this.
Go. Tell us.
No, I don't.
What the fuck is this?
I've got a bit of a soft spot for Kylie.
TW, where's your A-grade performance? This is the main show.
What's going on, Naki?
It's withholding. What? This is depressing, Arch. What the hell's going on? Why can't you line up guests? Where's JJ? I forgot he just come in 5 minutes. Yeah.
JJ's okay. How are you, Naki? What's happening with you?
Why don't you? Why don't you line up other guests?
You are the A-grade talent, Naki.
No, I'm in Shadowlands. This is ridiculous. Mike the Snake, he's withholding too. What the hell's going on here?
We're getting the conversation out.
No,
I've been staying more quiet.
We're getting
TW is enabling this. TW is enabling this loser talk.
No, he's not. I'm quite enjoying this discussion. We're talking live.
Well, I'll go, Arch. If I'm enabling loser talk, I'll go.
TW, we like you here.
No, TW, we want the A-grade performance.
Yeah, come on, Mark. I'm only on my first cup of coffee for the morning. And
yes.
What the fuck? TW,
tell me this.
Oh, here we go.
Tell me this, T-Dub. I don't understand. Why don't they have short-time hotels at the Gold Coast? I reckon that'd be a great concept.
Can we play? We might as well play one of Mookie's. Mookie's.
Well, they do, Arch, I think, don't they?
Where?
I think
there's
short. Might be a couple of the older towers down in Surface. I think there's short time. You're just 24 hours.
Coffee, TW. Come on.
What, 24? No. I mean, I want it for 3 hours. I don't want to fucking overnight.
Oh, yes. I understand. Yes, the short time. Yes.
Short.
No. Yes. No.
Why?
I don't.
Why not?
Mm.
Golden Baba, $2. Not smart, Arch. What's not smart?
Golden Baba, $2. Not smart, Arch. What do you mean not smart?
Arch, come on. Have you prepared for the show at all? Have you lined up any guests? Have you sent out any lists?
You're on. Narc.
No.
Come on, Narc. I don't want you to derail things, Narc. I'm having a conversation with T-Dub. We're talking.
Oh, don't boot Narc for me, Arch. Don't boot Narc for me.
I just put him in the back room for a bit because he fucking overtalks and he controls the narrative without actually putting anything in here. Narky, you just got to be nice. Don't be such a cunt. Okay? Don't be such a cunt. Golden Baba.
How's your mum, Narc? Is she okay? Is your mother okay?
She's dead.
What?
She died. She's dead.
We need boredom without bourbon. Thank you. We need some boredom without bourbon. Thank you, Golden Baba. Tell me this. In the hospitality game, you must see a lot of things, haven't you?
Mm.
He's made love to 2,000 women. He said, Archie, he's had his pleasure 2,000 women. Is that right, TW? Yes or no?
Okay, Naki, just calm the fuck down. I don't like how he asks these questions. It's just T-Dub, when you're in the hotel, what's some interesting things that we would never know? Tell me some interesting shit. What's some interesting shit that goes on?
There's lots of interesting shit goes on. What could I? Yeah, the Kylie incident, that was interesting.
Any other celebs you've had?
Yeah, remember Thorpe?
Yeah.
Thorpe stayed. Jimmy Barnes, he used to come and he'd rent the penthouse out.
He's pretty nice, isn't he?
Yeah, Barnesy's all right. I like Barnesy. He's a good family man. He'd have the penthouse.
He's got a Thai wife. He's got a Thai wife.
Yes. He's got a Thai wife. Yeah, some wild nights with Barnesy.
Ever have any rock and roll bands come and just tear the place up?
He backstaging me for this crap.
Hey.
You backstaging me for this crap. Seriously, TW, don't enable Fat Boy. Wake him up. Talk about he's had 2,000 women he's pleasured. Why'd you ask about that, Arch?
Naki, I'm controlling the questions. If you want,
this is the problem. This is the problem that you're controlling it.
Naki, you just come up with the most inappropriate things. You don't just cut fast. You've got to ease in.
I did actually say that, Arch, and I will say, in this day with today political correctness, it's a bit of it's not really the right thing to say that. No, I mean, I respect women. I respect women. I don't.
Did you pleasure 2,000 women? Yes or no? Yes or no, TW?
Look, you're putting me in a bit of a spot here.
You said it. So was that a lie? So did you pleasure 2,000 women? Yes or no? Give or take 50.
No, just Naki. He doesn't want to talk about that. He wants to talk about. We're trying to get some. Tell me this.
Here we go. Here we go.
Tell me. We got another super chat. Come on, another super chat. Golden Baba, $2. Later, fucko. Read my chats.
I think the best times I had, Arch, was because that hotel was in the race precinct of the Remember the Indy cars?
Yeah.
And we used to have a lot of teams come out from North America.
I tried my best. I gotta go. Seriously, Arch, have a good show.
Thank you. We love you. See you later. He's okay. Naki's cool. The Gold Coast International Hotel. Fuck, that was a...
Remember, it was all marble, Arch? It was marble and brass. As soon as you walked into the joint, it was just marble and brass everywhere in the foyer. And they used to have the fine dining there, Margot's. Remember Margot's?
Oh, yes. Yes, I do. I do. What do you think of Greenmount Beach Resort? You ever stayed there?
Yes, I've stayed there.
That fucking place have not done nothing to it since the 80s. You know that hotel. It's fucking. It's a time warp. It's a time warp.
It's a time warp, mate. It's a time like stepping back in time.
What it's like? Yeah, go back to 1980. You know, I'm expecting to take my Sigma down. You take park your Sigma. Remember your Mitsubishi Sigma. And it's a fucking time warp and a half, isn't it?
It's a nice spot though, Greenmount. That's a good spot. Beautiful.
Oh, but there's no parking. But there's never any parking. That's the fucking problem too. Yeah,
I used to surf Greenmount a lot.
Yes, that's a nice part of the coast actually. That's up Tweed, up near Tweed. There, that's a really nice part to be. But I got to tell you seriously, what? Oh, we got another super chat. Real World Curly 50. Archie, leave the narc on. I got listening to your boring loser lead balloon TW talk. We all know the two talk. Take the narc in their face. Stop backstaging narc. I need good background talk. Backstage narc one more time. I fucking dare you. Go ahead. Well, he's left. I didn't even get to this super chat. And we got Neo, $10. Shame shit from narc. Withholding. F grade. I'm so bored of his shit fucking recycle engine. All he does is share his neurosis. Thank you so much. Tell me this. Did you have many people going there with mistresses to the hotel? Tell me, how can you tell if someone's a mistress or a wife? Tell me that. T-Dub.
Oh, yeah, I'd be divulging things that I shouldn't, Arch, you know. Yes, I've seen that. Yes.
I've even know some guys who go to a hotel with their mistress. Then they try and clean the room up. Then they bring their wife back at night. Have you ever had that?
Oh shit!
I saw some Barneys there, Arch, a couple of times. Some unhappy wives. Yeah.
Unhappy about what?
Well,
Archie, I'll be right back. I got
no worries.
To fire up.
No worries. What sort of Barneys?
Right
Tell me the Barney story, please. Barneys.
Oh, it's just argument over what you just said. The hubby getting caught out.
He should never answer the door if his wife is knocking. Is that
well?
correct?
That's what we used to get. See, we used to have, because we went from a different locking system. They had the old locking system, and then they went through the whole tower, and they went into the card system. So you had to.
You couldn't.
Now what they do is the hubbies that go in, and they'd keep the cards inside. See, and they say to the missus, "Oh, here you go into town and do a little bit of shopping and have a coffee with the ladies and that." And that's but then they'd come back and they wouldn't have the card to get into the room. Yes. So they'd be outside thumping on the door saying, let me in, what's going on?
Yeah.
And
he's inside with what?
With, with either just finished or... So I saw some pretty ugly scenes there at a few times. Police had to be called. And
police had to be called. Fuck.
Yeah. Oh, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned, Archie. We know that.
Oh, fuck yes. Patel Philippe, $7. What's the ideal one and done? I reckon, seriously, no joking, no kidding. I reckon my bluesy is probably the best one and done. It covers that's all you need. Bluesy for life. What do you reckon?
Yeah, don't sell it. I'd hang on to it, mate. Keep that. Keep the bluesy.
Oh, try. You never know. Sometimes you sell it because you need to sell it because you've got bills or I mean, when I say never sell it, yeah, providing things are okay, but if you're desperate to pay bills, you've got no choice, have you? Let's face it, we've both been there. T-Dub, I've been there.
Yeah. Yes.
And
yeah, well,
when did you last work in a paid job there, T-Dub? What was your last job? That was your last job at the Gold Coast International.
No, it wasn't my last job.
Okay.
What was my last job?
You've had some health concerns, so you've kind of had to retire, haven't you?
Yeah, well, it's sort of semi-retired. Yeah, retired.
But you can survive. You get like a pension. I mean, how much money do you need, really? What do you need, really, in life? What is it for happiness? What is it?
So look, if you think money's going to make you happy, it's folly. It really is. That's why I like like that story about my oldest brother. He came to the Gold Coast with nothing.
Yeah, he's done very well.
And he's done well.
But you realise the difference between doing really well and absolute failure is a very thin line.
Exactly, Arch. And Mike Tyson says that. I don't know whether you'll listen to him. He says that this, what's the, it's only one step from the Rolls Royce to the gutter.
Yes.
One step.
Yes. I got to tell you myself, I had a good friend of mine who I saw the other day. When I got married, he had a son and his wife had just given birth to a daughter, right?
Yes.
They had a house at Bouvale. He had a car. Yeah. His wife worked with my wife, and they just had the daughter. The daughter turns 19 in a week. Okay, that's how long ago it was. 19 years ago. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, the daughter turns 19 in a couple of weeks. And I think
they're doing well, or they're not. They're not doing well. Are they doing well, or
no? Well, I'm telling you the story. This is the whole thing. What happened to him was, so they had a house, a nice. I thought it was a reasonably nice house. It wasn't super house, but it was a big block. I'm going to tell you this story, okay? Because
Yep.
I don't. I'm just telling you this is how things can go shit.
Yeah.
He was trying to do his own business. It never really took off, right? He was doing a few things.
Yes.
He decided.
Was it Skippy? Aussie wife, Skippy.
So he's Skippy. He's actually, and his wife was Japanese. That's how come my wife knew his wife. See?
Oh, okay, Japanese. Yes, right.
And then what happened was, he decided that it'd be a better idea if they sold the house, because house prices weren't going to go up, put the money in the bank, and just rent it.
Yes.
Right?
Oh shit! He sold before the boom. You know, before they went.
There was a boom. He had 100,000. He had so that he sold the house for I think 280 or something like that. Something under. He had 100,000 equity, 100,000 nest egg.
Uh-huh.
Unfortunately,
and put it in the bank. He put that in the bank.
Yes.
Yeah. What interest rates are we talking about? We get it's shit interest rates at the moment.
No. Interest rates are actually reasonable. Now you get 5%, but anyway, I'm just telling you the story. He actually, so he sold the house. They moved into a rental. The money got flitted away. They upgraded a car. They went back to Japan once. I think it was 80 or 100 became 50, 40. You know what I mean? The money went down.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Easy to do. Yeah, easy to do.
He started a business selling. It doesn't matter what business. He started a type of business. He was trying this special niche. Okay. It didn't really work. His wife got the shits with him and said, she just left one day. She took the kids and left and said, fuck, this is not working. Right?
Yep.
She took half the money and she took the kids. He
Yep.
didn't know where they were. He didn't know. He was frantic trying to work out what's happened.
Yeah. Been there, Arch. Been there. Done that. Been there.
And then he basically, his life has been fucked since then, right? It's been really like he had a degree. He went into teaching. Then he looked after his parents, and they recently died. They were in the 80s. Okay, these parents. But what I'm saying to you is, he's your age, T-Dub.
Yes.
And he has no
health
money,
issues.
No wife. He's got some health issues.
Yeah.
And he's going to get the inheritance from he had a brother and a sister, so he's going to get a third of the house. Okay, so he'll have some money. Okay, but at the present time, he's 30,000 in debt. Okay, he's got a bit of debt, credit card, and he's never really done well. Do you see what I'm saying? Like when I met him 19 years ago, he was better than me. Me and my wife, I had 30,000 in car debt. My wife, we were renting. I didn't even have a car. I was renting a taxi, yellow cat, orange. Well, they hadn't even pulled the stickers off. They pulled the stickers off and spray painted it with black.
Yes, I remember your videos on that when you were doing the cab driving.
Yeah, that was a tough time. I was on the bones of my ass. And now things have changed. We've got a super chat. So Patel Philippe, $7. Ladyboy V2 clip in Mookie Brands to break up this shit. Yes. I'm just finding that. Sorry, you were ask a question. Ask away.
Well, so how is he now, Arch? Is he all right, this guy? He's not good.
Naki, come back on. Naki, I was just about to get you on, but you jumped off. How is what? Sorry.
Your friend there. What's the story now? Is he okay or?
No, he's not. He's fucked. He's mentally fucked. What do you?
Yeah, yeah.
He's got no money, no wife. He's on the bones of his ass. The only thing he's got.
Does he have a relationship with his children? Did he build a relationship?
He sees them, but the wife doesn't. He doesn't.
She
talk
turned
to
nasty.
She turned
Basically, she turned nasty. Yeah, nasty.
Yeah. I think the Filipino would have.
It's hard to come back from that, Archie. It's very difficult to come back.
He's
from
devastated.
Like
you understand? What do I say to him? But
yes,
and
yes.
The problem is,
no, look, it cost me the best part of $100,000. It cost me the best part of $100,000, mate, in the family law court. Just to basically, all it was, you know, to be a fortnightly father. And
what do I say to him if I've done so much better now? I don't really like to say, hey, I got a house, I got a nice car, I'm doing fantastic. You can't really say that to somebody.
Well, maybe he should try again, you know, dip his toe back into the water again. I don't know.
But what do I say as his friend?
Well, you could just be there as a friend, you know.
We shall begin.
Whenever.
Brothers, sisters, and ladyboys of the channel.
Thou must acknowledge thine exalted ladyboy.
Everything has a price in Thailand.
There's an awful ugly penis down there.
Reverend Tattoo, I just got off the plane.
Sex is all psychological.
Ladyboy fucker!
Of course! I like to be respectful to the traditions.
Everything has a price in Thailand.
And things that happen there. So ladyboys themselves, thumbs up.
Ladyboy fucker!
I think they're great.
Game time!
I think they're great.
I've had homosexual dreams.
Of course.
I like big breasts, small breasts, all sorts of breasts, John.
There has to be one ladyboy in the movie.
She's pretty. Small breasts.
Yes.
He's excited.
Yes.
Awful ugly penis down there.
Yes.
Everything has a price in Thailand.
He said ladyboys aren't really a homosexual thing, but
ladyboy fucker!
But who fucking cares?
Fastest ladyboy ever seen run of my life.
The sacrifice of a ladyboy.
Because I spoke Thai to that woman.
Yes.
That ladyboy.
What were you saying? What were you saying to her?
It gets better in the deeper you go.
I was asking how much it was and what's the room like.
It's like you got a heterosexual guy. You take him on tour to Bangkok and you introduce him to a ladyboy. And yeah, he's excited, she's pretty, she's this, and then he realizes there's an awful ugly penis down there.
I think they're great.
Game time!
Glory, lust, and drama unto Pontiff the King.
Finding a Thai girlfriend in Bangkok nightclub.
Game time!
Bangkok gets a bit of a bad reputation for being full of hookers and ladyboys.
Whatever turns your fancy.
Game time!
That's not a real lady. Get back.
Puts the hand in.
Small breasts, big breasts. I love the female form. Penis down there.
Puts the hand in.
All sorts of breasts, John.
Does it matter if the breasts are on a ladyboy?
Whatever turns your fancy.
Does it matter if the breasts are on a ladyboy?
They'll turn you into a ladyboy in prison.
Wolfgang let one go. He went to hit this ladyboy and went to punch it. It was bang, bang, bang.
Damn straight they will.
Quite well-mannered, nasty, mean, angry, Rolex-worshipping ladyboy lover.
When they pull off their shoes, you got to worry. You know, they pull off their shoes and try and bed their stiletto in between your eyes.
Lady boys and Louis Vuitton.
That's a lady boy's trick. They do that all the time.
There is no longer Grand Seiko or Longines. There is no Hublot or Panerai. As for all of ye are one under the divine wisdom of our fearless pontiff.
Love to catch you in bangers. I would buy you dinner, a drink, and a ladyboy. I did go into a ladyboy bar once. Purple Paradise Club. I just wanted to see what it was like. Cost about 2,000 baht. There was nothing nasty or vicious. Quite well mannered. Chance to feel the breasts. Wanted to see what it was like. They're fairly aggressive.
Can you believe that? They drugged them?
Quite well mannered. I personally attracted to ladyboys.
You should write a children's book called Ladyboys.
It was bang, bang, bang. The three Germans were on the ground playing starfish after 3 kicks. You know, the lady boy kicked the daylights out of the 3 Germans. Just the 3 hits, bang, bang, bang. They were playing starfish on the ground. They were unconscious.
Wowzers! How was that?
Starfish.
How was that?
Wolfgang. Starfish. Bang, bang, bang.
Starfish.
Thine exalted lady boy. Thine exalted lady boy, yes.
BBW, how are you, Doc BBW?
I'm good. How are you doing? I'm here because I think we need to transition to something toxic like car talk or worst off watch talk.
Yes. Anyhow, I just want to say, just to catch
I
up
brought
with
my
that
weed
story.
eater.
I just want to catch up with that story, T-Dub. It's kind of sad. He was so ahead of me when I first met him, but then things have gone so. He's a lovely guy. He's academic. He's an intellectual.
Yeah.
I've been a good. I've tried to stay in friendship with him. You know what I mean? Just to be friends with him. Does that make sense?
Yes. Oh, well. Doesn't sound. He's waiting on. He's waiting on us an inherit. So it doesn't sound like he's lost everything altogether. But I mean, that coming back from that, yeah. It's look. Some guys can do it. They can move on. But when children are involved, it can be.
These kids are now adults. As I said, the youngest is turning 19, and the other one's 20 something. So things have moved on, haven't they?
Yeah. Yes.
We had Narc was trying to come on. Narc was coming on. Come on, Narky. And now Marcelo, we'll get the Marcelo on there. Come on now. Let's get him on here now. Let's get him on.
All right, I shall go now. I'll drop off so Narky can come back on.
Just stay there. He's not coming on.
No, I'll go. I've got a couple of things to do. Got to get up to the shop.
It's an honor to have you here. Thank you. T-Dub, I was going to, before you go, I wanted to offer you something.
Yes.
I was seriously looking at getting a paid gig for you to do a stream on the dungeon every day. Is that possible? Do you want a new career? Why don't you make yourself a broadcaster? I have positions available on the dungeon. How do you feel about that?
Maybe he should be a co-host with Jimmy C.
Fuck Jimmy C. Duck. This is a replacement.
I'm still thinking about it, Archie. Can I get back to you on that?
Seriously, we have a profit share arrangement. Okay, it works like
friends and family. Friends and family.
And we have profit sharing.
Hey, Arch, why don't you start with getting a replacement for you? I mean, if I wanted to fucking hear who's got the bigger loser, depressing fucking life story, how do you wake up at 9 in the morning and do this? I'm sitting here trying to make a fucking dinner. I feel like pouring rat poison over it and getting my fucking wonderful life over with because you depressed me so much today. What the fuck is this? We already know. Hey, here's a news flash. We already know all about TW's life. We don't have to do another fucking soul reading. Backstaging the narc? Your only fucking lifeline? We're fucking super chatting to motivate you, not to fucking give us more depressing fucking stories. I mean, what the fuck?
Okay, I've got to go. Have a good day, man.
See you later,
all the best.
TW. I love you. I love you.
What are you going to do? Diva quit like the narc? TW? What the fuck is this, Arch?
No, he said he has to go. He's got to make some sandwiches.
What do you throwing a lifeline to find out? Do you like fucking making yourself feel better to find somebody that's a more depressing and miserable fucking story than what you got going on in your head this morning? Archie, you got fucking luxury watches. You got a beautiful family. You wake up in a beautiful country.
You got a BMW.
You're a self-employed businessman. What the fuck are you searching? Why are you searching for somebody that's got depressing shit going on when you should be searching for somebody that's got a fucking better life than you going on? You ain't going to find too many people that got a better life than you going on right now.
Okay.
So what's this walk down fucking depression lane all about? What are the 3 watch topics you had for today?
We had the best 3-piece collection for living life. There we go. Living life. Do you understand? Best three-piece combo meal deal for living life.
How did it go down? Fucking let's fucking look at every depressing thing that's got to do with somebody's fucking life story. Why did that turn into this? I'm trying to cook dinner. I can't have this in the background. Okay. The TW soul reading? Where in the fuck do you think a TW soul reading is going to take you? Can't you tell that the guy is trolling you by enabling you to do this? Why would anybody that says he's an Archie supporter let you continue with what? You're 1 hour into the show. Can you please point out one uplifting thing you've said in an hour? Exactly. Mike, you got the weed whacker ready?
Yeah.
Fire that fucker up and let's get the show on the road. Let's go, Mikey.
Yeah, I figured we've heard all this over so many fucking hundreds of times.
Even Mikey knew. Archie.
I don't want to hear it anymore, so I'd rather just fucking
listen to the weed whacker.
Speaking of beautiful, look who's where's he got? Who put her backstage? Don't backstage her. She's fucking hello.
Blondie. Oh, here you get to see some stuff get torn up here momentarily.
Tear it up, Mikey. You're
Hi,
punters to the rescue.
Let's fucking go. Jesus Christ, Archie. What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Are you trolling us? Like, are you trolling us?
Yeah, he's like doing one of those green room things. Let's see what I could do to make everybody leave kind of fucking shows.
God.
Blondie, you're looking great. What are you up to?
The lighting's a little weird. I'm trying to cook and not split my wrists. Well,
I think that's the weed whacker.
Near me. Okay.
Are you a Martha Stewart fan? Are you a Martha Stewart fan?
Let's get Mikey there. Let's see what Mikey's doing. See, now this is a variety show, Archie. What is
careful, Mikey.
Is that Coda? Are you going after Coda? He's getting Coda. Look it.
It's Coda outside.
He can't hear us. Look at. I think he's going after Coda. He's lost it. Mike's losing it.
He was
Let's get
listening.
the airplane. Let's get the airplane. Super chat for Mikey to weed whack the airplane. Let's see if we can get him to do it.
Oh, that's expensive plane.
Is it?
Yes. It's several $100s.
Can it slice that chair? That weed whacker? You think it could slice the chair?
Archie, aren't you the least bit concerned? Have you been paying attention at all to Angelic's withdrawal from the Archieverse? Does that not concern you? He built a safe space. He's got this tree house. He's planning to fucking start doing his own shows because he says this is just too toxic and boring for him anymore. Then you're backstage in the narc. I mean, how many lifelines are you going to burn up, Arch?
Yeah. No, we got a super chat here. I got a super chat. Marcelo, do you believe in aliens?
Yes, I do.
Oh, I didn't even know Marcelo was on it. It's so quiet.
we got A-grade Philippe. Marcelo, do you know Blondie?
Look at the troopers. Troopers coming.
Marcelo, do you know Blondie sleep to sound of Marcelo on stream? Really?
You must have nightmares.
Really? And we got Luce too. Finally. Blondie. Danny.
Now it's a show. He went out to take dogs out in garden.
I've never been so happy to have you on the stream. Can I say that?
You're not the only one, apparently. I'm sure. And it's nothing to do with me.
What can I ask you? I just want to tell you. I just want to say this to you. I think you were treated really badly by the other side. I thought that was quite disrespectful how they treated you. Because
fuck yeah, the rancher's here too.
Oh, really?
Really?
I just wanted to say that to you.
Hey, this is good.
It was I don't think
Blondie,
they looked
why you knock on my birthday stream, Blondie? Blondie, why you knock on my birthday stream? I miss you. You know you come my West birthday stream.
It's amazing when there's somebody talk my thoughts. Automatically, this is I like it.
Yeah, of course it did.
Are you part of the Archieverse now, Blondie? You're part on our side. Is that correct? The other side, you're not.
Well,
They were quite disrespectful to you. What do you think?
Take me back, Archie. Will you have me back?
Sorry? Of course. How could I say no? How could I say no?
It's like Marcelo won't cost you love you back.
Oh, listen to that. Listen.
And I thought that was quite awful. What O'Sheen and the other side did to you, that was just fucking awful. Just be nice. Just be nice. You know, just be nice.
Yeah,
just be
don't
nice.
talk to people. I don't know. It's
Yeah, that was fucking awful. Awful what was done.
Blondie walks round with her €1 pizza slices.
Archie, I have to get back to cooking my dinner. Now that you have the right support staff in place, I'd like to say one thing to the rancher. Rancher, last week, you took the bull by the horns, and you had two of the best shows that I've ever seen Archie have one-on-one with the rancher, and it was phenomenal. And I hope to see that more often, rancher. That was an awesome, awesome way to lead Archie down the right path into having a good show. So hats off to you,
you're talking the retro Saturday Night Live with Clive.
Listen, whatever it was, I enjoyed it very much. And just like I could call him a wet blanket and make fun of the rancher, I also have to not that it means shit coming from me, but it means a lot to me. I also have to take my hat off to when I understand why the rancher was the rancher back in the old days. It was good to see that, and I really enjoyed it. So, I really think that the person that's holding you back, rancher, is our little fair-weathered queen that hasn't been around, Mark Goldberg. I don't know why. I love him. I think he's adorable, but I think it was a little over the top for him to call me homophobic. Have a nice show, Archie.
Hey, Curly.
Shot. What's up, Shot?
Oh, not much. Not much.
Now
I am blessed and happy.
Thank you. This will be a little harder to fuck up, Arch. Arch, don't backstage the narc. Let the narc be narc, Arch.
Okay, I will do that.
Well, now you can backstage him, actually. Now you can.
Good evening, Archie. Good evening to the punters.
Oh, Shot.
Archie, super chat.
Can you take me off full screen?
Archie.
No.
Is Archie gone again?
Perfect the way it is. Just like
which one? I can pull it up. Is it the one from Patel?
Oh my gosh.
Super chat.
Where's Archie?
Super chat. Oh, $20. Oh, Ron. Blondie, it's been so long since we had you on the stream. What watch are you wearing? Fuck, that looks good on your wrist. What the? And you've got a Van Cleef necklace. Who the fuck got you a Van Cleef necklace?
I did. I got myself.
Oh, this is the 36 mil.
Yeah, this is
right?
actually. I need that weed whacker chainsaw because this is someone that I fucking hate watch previously, but we don't need to talk about that.
No.
Anyway, it's a great watch. He never wore it.
But I must admit, sir, he's just back on. I must admit, the 39 was ridiculously big.
Nice that.
Yeah, no,
you know what I mean?
Better. And mine was all scratched up because it was my first Rolex. My first one.
That's okay.
So
That's okay.
That's okay. No, but I banged that one up, and this one, that fucker never wore, the grifter. So this is like, and the tapered bracelet. I
think that suits you. That looks gorgeous on you. What do you think?
Yeah,
this is amazing. Even my wife have the same watch.
Really? Huh? Yeah, Blondie, you look. Hey, Blondie, I masturbate to you when you're wearing this watch. You look so good.
Be a bit nice to her,
I didn't say that.
Please, just be nice to Blondie, please. Bit of respect for Blondie. Patel Philippe, $5. Blondie, what is the best way to position your camera as you ride your tricycle around Tokyo?
Up the nose. No, forward facing. Marcelo.
Tell me this: what's happening in your world there? You've got your house. How's your house renovations? Last time I was talking to you, you had some renovations. How's that gone?
It took a bit of a backstage because I was busy going down to the beach for summer. I had a shore house with a bunch of friends.
Yeah.
So, but as like, you know, the temperatures we're heading into winter here in North America, so I'll be getting back to it because I still have a lot to do. Like finish his
What's happening on the boyfriend front? What's happening on the boyfriend front?
What would you like to know?
Archie, super chat.
Boyfriend front available. We got Rick Ross 20 knock. What are you baking, Blondie? She's making cakes.
Yeah, no, I'm cooking actually. I'm making
you're making eggs meat.
Any advice on here, Blonde?
Mushu pork balls. Mushu pork balls.
We got Ross.
Hey, Blondie, why you go to sleep on my stream?
I didn't say that. Right?
Yeah, I mean, how do I say
that? Was not me. That was not me. That was not me.
You go sleep on my stream. Hey, Blondie, don't run away. Hey, Blondie, go scoop yourself for running away from my stream.
Stream.
I think my stream.
I think my
don't send
side
me
got
money my birthday.
a little bit too bad.
I'm in the shop. I got to go to the shop.
This is the thing. Blondie, you never come my birthday stream. Why you not come my birthday stream?
Really?
You come my birthday stream last year. And is it because I get a platona?
I'm losing it.
Oh no! Yeah, I see you not come on my stream because since I held back how I say in the Archieverse, I run every stream possible.
Yeah, crazy.
So Blondie, what's happening on the boyfriend front? Are you available? I just wanted to.
What would you like to know?
Are you available?
What goes on?
Please give us. Are you looking? Would you date someone from the Archieverse?
No.
I'm happy to vet them for you. I'm happy to vet them.
No. Yeah. Oh yeah. Sure.
We've got Ross here for you, one there.
We had that relationship.
That friend of yours
Sorry?
from 19 years ago, that poor sap of your friend of yours from 19 years ago. Yeah, maybe
Yes.
he sounds great. Let's maybe set me up there.
I like Blondie.
I like you, Blondie.
Yeah. What am I getting myself into?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like you too.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah. I like the medium ass.
Yeah.
We got Jake. Jake's walking around the neighborhood here. Do you like Jake, by the way? Our new member on this panel, Jake, the yuppie. Do you like Jake?
Never heard of him. Who's that?
Yeah, he's
You
in
know, the
Melbourne.
puppy. You don't like the puppy?
Blondie, I'm devastated. I'm devastated.
Why weren't you here like a half hour ago?
I was eating breakfast, Blondie. I was having some crepes.
That's a yuppie meal, crepes.
Beautiful, beautiful. I got this great cafe near me. We're taking the day date for a walk in the park, guys.
Shit! It is shit! This is nothing like my meteorite tail. It is wet. And your bracelet is sweat like Archie's career on YouTube.
Today, Jake?
What's that?
What's the temperature like today?
Oh, it's not that warm today. Yesterday was beautiful, which was great for the footy. But today, I don't know, it's like 20, 21 degrees. But it's nice and sunny. It's okay for a walk in the park.
Beautiful. 1st of October. Yeah. It's the 1st of October in Australia, guys. October. This year is nearly over, Blondie. This year is nearly kaput.
I'm going to get the boot dishes, Mummy. Hey, Mummy, I'm going to get boot dishes. Just be quiet. I'm talking to men on stream now, Mummy. Marcelo, you'll come off the streams talking to men all day, and you're not coming to clean the dishes. Mummy, be quiet now. Mummy, be quiet. Yeah. Marcelo, I'm fed up of you going on stream all day long. You out back in Archieverse and you go on stream all day long. You not take care of me. Mummy, go screw up yourself.
Hey, Blondie, let me ask you this there. How many watches have you got now? You got the Rolex Explorer 1, you've got the Patek, and you've also got the Reverso. Is that right? 3.
No, I sold the Reverso on Chrono a few months back. It was far too large for me.
Okay.
I tried to sell the watch for her, and I didn't want to give her it back, so I didn't.
What about the Patek? What about the Patek?
No, I have that. It's not going anywhere. I have that, and I have the you forgot the two-tone deep dress that I have with the oyster.
Oh, that's right.
And the Cartier. I don't know that I don't know if you've seen it, but I have a Tank Louis, solid rose gold.
Yes. Who got you that?
Me. I got it from I bought it from what's his name? Crown and Caliber Marco.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, yeah.
This is an amazing collection. Amazing.
Imagine Marcelo doing an impression of Marcelo.
You know, his impressions, it sucks. It's not very good.
On the dating front, what's happening on the dating front, Blondie? Are you in a relationship, single? What's your Facebook profile say?
I'm single and ready to be a future cat lady. No, and I don't want you.
It's complicated.
Are you looking
sick
at
of men, Blondie? Are you sick of men? Is that what you're saying? You're over it.
I mean, yeah.
You're over the bullshit.
I can be a woman for you.
Could I ask you something, Blondie? Can I ask you something if you don't take this the wrong way?
No. Here we go. No.
Yeah.
I'd appreciate if you answered honestly, right?
Leave it like that.
No problem.
For
Just
you
take
to
a
have
deep breath, Arch.
for you to have a serious relationship with someone, what net worth do you think they would need to have?
Ooh.
Well, Shane didn't have no.
Please, let's be honest.
Well, the last person I
No, but what would they need? $1 million? Would $1 million be enough? $500,000 be enough?
Archie, I'll give you an idea. The last person I dated.
No, but
that just the last person I dated was a cop. So a civil servant, a civil slave.
Yeah.
Archie, super chat.
Okay, she's very clever how she answered that. She's
But
very
you know,
clever.
I mean, Blondie, so like he's got a stable, like a good, solid, stable income. You know, he might be good with money. You're saying that's good enough for you. You know what I mean? They don't have to be a billionaire. They just kind of have to have their shit together. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. And with that respect, money does not buy happiness. It's about you'll never be happy if you don't.
Yeah.
I know these.
And
what went wrong with the cop? What went wrong with the cop? You could have had great. Did they ever use the handcuffs? Did they use the handcuffs on you?
That was going to be my question.
Or a sergeant. So he was in like he wore suits to work. You know, he was.
Yeah.
I'm sure they got
what
used
went wrong?
once or
Blondie,
twice.
what?
Some
why is
ladies
he,
really
why
like
is he
the
an ex?
handcuffs. Some of
Why
them.
isn't he still involved with you? Tell me that.
Maybe for another day.
When they don't like the handcuffs, they let you know.
Tell Philippe $5, Blondie, which is the lowest number of times you want to see Ross on the stream, the number of Rolexes Weeper owns, or the number of times Archie being nosy tonight. Which is the lowest? There we go.
Definitely not the last one.
Okay.
Yeah. Although, Blondie, I don't know where you live in the US, but I know in some parts of the US, cops make really good money. That's like a high-paying job. Like I know on Long Island, being a cop is really good money. Really good money.
Yeah,
But then
I mean,
other parts,
Those are called.
yeah.
Those are called what?
It all depends, but.
Well, you'll find someone, Blondie. You'll find someone.
Phoenician Cedar. Phoenician Cedar, $2. I wonder if Marcelo can imitate Danny. Yes, good.
Oh shit! I need to work on this. Oh man, give me a couple of weeks. A couple of days. I'm going to work on this.
Whoever's doing that, it's a terrible impression of Marcelo. Terrible.
Hey, Blondie, is that why you're in the Archieverse to find the love of your life? Do you think you could find a soulmate through the Archieverse? There's a lot of eligible bachelors getting around in the Archieverse. Do you think that's on the cards?
Yes, that's why I'm here, everyone. I'm looking for. How did you know?
You were looking at one stage to become you wanted to become a YouTuber. How is those dreams going?
Sorry, I was just drinking the coffee.
Well, certain alcoholic from a certain, I don't know, area of Italy.
Guys, screw your hands.
He was really the force behind that. He was pushing me to do that. And I wasn't necessarily comfortable, or I don't know. And then he would like chastise me for being like uncomfortable with it. I don't know. I'm not trying to become, unlike Marcelo. I don't think I'm going to make a full-time career.
Do you think he's kind of shooting above his weight? Like his ego is so far, he's so far up himself, that particular individual, or not?
You're not heard of me band, Archie.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It was going round throwing €1 pizzas round.
Patel Philippe, $5. Blondie, who has the absolute best sleep stream? Dis Jerez Dis, Marcelo Time, or Blondie?
That's a trick question. The answer is Dis and Blondie, because we slept together.
Ooh.
Yes.
Wow.
That's how is your channel going, by the way? How's your channel going? You still doing a bit, Blondie?
It's funny you ask, because recently I did some impromptu, actually, Curly kind of whatever baited me, catfished me into starting a stream the other day, and I wanted to use have songs and the stuff in my old StreamYard, which I stopped paying for. And by mistake, instead of buying just a month of StreamYard, I ended up paying for a year. So now I'm stuck, and so I
How much is that, Blondie? How much is that?
I didn't get the highest one, but it was definitely $400 maybe.
Oh, so yeah, that's annoying.
Yeah, so it's worth some more worth than your than Jake, yeah.
Yeah.
Can't you ask them for a refund? Don't they do a refund? Say, hey, I accidentally pressed this one.
Archie, super chat.
Super chat, Archie,
Super chat. The mask, $5. Like bees around a honey pot. I tell you what, we had very much a lull before, and this is really nice to see. It's great to see, Blondie. I really love to see you on the stream.
I'm not doing this for any trolls in the chat or whatever. I'm doing this for the good of the Archieverse and our Patek.
Blondie, what you cooking?
Yeah, cooking my bed, eating go.
Yeah.
I'm just here for freak fam.
I love you.
I love you too, Ross.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good to see you've lifted the excommunication on Blondie, Arch. I think that's a really good thing.
I didn't know she got excommunicated.
Well,
there we go. Speed Racer, $2. The real is. Would you sign an ironclad prenup? She said she would. She said she would.
Wow.
I don't remember being that, but sure.
No. Hey, Blondie,
so people have been a bit unfair with
Blondie.
What? Did I make Ron sign a prenup? I'd have to make them sign.
Oh, you were dating Ron at one stage, weren't you? You were dating Ron?
Huh?
Weren't you dating
Hey,
Ron?
Blondie, you seen any good movies lately?
Yeah.
She was dating him for one stream. They had a date during one stream.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I see.
What about would Jesus? As usual, no moderation. Way too many people on here. You guys have a good night.
Wow.
Richard, did you say you guys have a good night?
Yeah.
I think he was offended by that.
Yeah.
Blondie, are you actually cooking something? What are you cooking?
Blondie, I love you.
Huh? What's that?
Let's look like this.
Wow.
Are you a good cook, Blondie? I mean, I know a lot of the eligible bachelors in the Archieverse. It's very important to them. It's a real foodie community, you know. So, are you a good cook?
I don't think I'm great, but once in a while. But the problem is I'm a slow cook, and I also clean while I'm cooking. So, burns happen, overcooking happens far too.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna
Archie.
Patel Philippe. We got a super chat from Patel Philippe. Patel Philippe, $5. Archie, name the top 3 Archieverse punters you would set up with the Blondie. Well, I can tell you one would be Ron the Shrink. I would definitely, because he's single and he's a great guy.
Yeah, but he
I would say the next person would be Mike the Snake. He's a great guy. Mike, you don't know what you're missing, Blondie. He's a great guy. And thirdly,
what about me, Arch? What about me?
You're married. You're married.
Yeah.
You're married. Married and broke. That's not what Blondie's into.
Oh my god.
Married and broke. Do you want married and broke and old? You want married, broke, and old?
Oh, triple threat. Triple threat. Triple threat.
A cook eats meat steak, maybe.
I cook eat
And Ross Rachel Brady, that would just be criminal to set Blondie up with Ross Rachel. He does own a house, but
yeah.
Is that the bar? That's the
what's going on here?
I love you, Blondie.
And by the way, a good chef don't have to be a fucking fat chef.
Marcelo, you wouldn't be able to feed him, mate. Your fucking steaks are all 100 grams.
100 grams.
Too much. I actually got 10 kilo over.
Wouldn't fill her up. It wouldn't fill her up, I don't think, would it?
It wouldn't even be a starter.
Not really.
I've had bigger beef burgers.
A bigger beef burger.
You heard
You're
my
right.
feeling. You said that skinny chefs are not good chefs. I actually got 10 kilo and I feel like shit. I need to lose this now.
Yeah, no, I think it's true. Good chefs need to. You gotta love your food. This food is so amazing stuff. You know, food is
Archie.
Here we go. We've got a super chat here. We've got Big Tony, $2. Pepsi being discontinued. No way. They'll never discontinue the Pepsi. Never.
They will change it. No, they will change it.
Never.
Those are just crazy rumors. Crazy rumors.
This is amazing.
Crazy.
Really? Oh.
You know, there is a rumor that they're going to discontinue it for a Coke, but they're just going to put a Coke alongside a Pepsi. That's all they're going to do.
No.
Exactly.
No, the other thing they can do is change the bezel to a sapphire bezel, the same like the blow pan, and do something like that.
Edemito, what maybe I don't know.
100%.
You guys are scaring Blondie away.
Listen, Blondie's a lot tougher than she looks, mate.
Don't say I never did anything for this community.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, really.
You look beautiful.
Managed to know, mommy. Tabacha bite you?
I love
it's
you,
because
Blondie.
of Blondie. Wait a second.
I'm waiting.
Tabacha, managed to know. Why are you biting my wife? I told you, stop biting my wife. Why do you want attention?
Why you biting that skin off my forehead?
She bite you again? Shit,
You
Tabacha,
biting
no,
my forehead. Hey, Tingo, go over there, you way.
You want licky
Hey,
licky?
bear, have a nice life.
Licky licky? Licky.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Tingo, come on, give me licky. Ah, licky. Ah.
No, she's lovely, you see. You give me love. Give me tutu.
Yeah, you take that skin from my head, please.
Yeah?
Hey, Tingo.
Give me hand. Yeah?
Into a gram of that skin from my forehead.
Sexy girl. Efutata.
Archie. Super chat.
Is anyone in charge
Super
here?
chat. We got a super chat in here. Look at this. Super chat. Patel Philippe, $5. Blondie, am I the iceberg in the epic and tragic Tim Tannock saga?
Tim Tannock.
I think she's shy from TV. What do you want?
No, you're the rent. You're supposed to be the rescue boat.
Holy shit.
Archie,
He's nude.
Archie, 5
Marcelo's naked. Look at this. What the hell are you doing, Marcelo?
Yeah.
I'm not
Hey,
naked.
don't
Without
look
a
at
shirt.
me,
Without a
winky,
shirt.
winky.
Without a shirt, it's not naked. Maybe in Japan, actually, but not without a shirt.
Oh,
What is
yeah,
kind of
nudist.
What happened, love?
Archie,
Well,
do you know 5 minutes ago you asked Blondie, would you date anyone on this community? If you were a woman, look at the panel, would you? Would you date anyone in this community? Look at the panel we've got.
I reckon Ron the Shrink is the best lead for her.
Wait, time out. I don't know if Tanzio, our savior, he super chatted, and I'm not sure he heard my response. Blondie,
Super chat.
am I
Big
the
Tony.
iceberg?
Yeah, sorry.
Go back to Tanzio. Pull it up. God damn it.
Archie.
Blondie, am I the iceberg in the epic, tragic Titanic saga? Everyone try to shut the fuck up for like 2 seconds. Can y'all do that? Okay, thanks. No, they can't. See?
I super chat.
What are we gonna do, Tanzio? You were the lifeboat. You were the lifeboat, not the iceberg.
Mommy?
All right, go on.
You merchants of wetting beasts.
Tabacha, don't bite my wife. If not, I'm going to cook you tomorrow. Fuck.
Yeah, you bet you weigh more than 100 grams eating girl.
I think I'm going to be eaten. I'm going to eat her, I think.
Show us your budgie, Marcelo.
My God. I'm actually ashamed of myself. I actually got 10 kilo with a big belly now. And I actually blame Archie for that.
We don't really care. We don't really care, Marcelo. We don't care. You know that? We really don't care.
Okay.
We don't care.
Now, Marcelo, you really fucking shit me off. You don't send a fucking super chat after you fucking done the birthday stream? What was your fucking place in this fucking Ultraverse? Fucking
Archie!
My God.
Super chat!
We got a super chat. We got a next super chat here. We got one from Big Tony, $2. A Tiffany blue bezel and dial sub new release. A Tiffany blue bezel and dial sub new release.
Wow.
No, I don't think that's going to happen. No, and we've got GB $2. It's the Archie Luxury Whack Pack. There we go. That's fantastic. Tell me this, Blondie. What's going on? What are you doing these days? You're working for your dad still, or are you doing something else? What's going on?
I don't know where you heard that information, that I don't work for my dad, but okay. Anyway.
Okay.
Why are we talking about personal stuff?
And I just wondered, you know, how old when's your birthday coming up, Blondie?
Oh, let's go to better topics. How old are you?
Can I ask you this, Blondie?
Order in the court, you fucking maniacs. For fuck's sakes. Don't you want to hear this answer? Tim, Archie, are you trying to...
Oh,
This is why I said that.
Archie!
Quiet, guys.
Super chat!
Archie, are you trying to make me go back to Tim with this line of questions?
Oh,
I just want to know, when are you going to settle down with Mr. Right? When are you going to find Mr.
I don't
Right?
know. I'm about to beg for Narc to come on to straighten y'all out, or Uncle Curly, whom I love. But
Yes, Uncle Curly's great.
Hey,
Super
Blondie,
chat,
what's
Patel Philippe for Blondie being an amazing sport tonight. $10. Thank you, Blondie.
Absolutely.
Ross Rachel Blady, $5. Blondie, with all due respect, you are as lovely as a beautiful sunny day with a beautiful heart and soul to match mine. We are a match made in heaven.
Yeah, don't
I love you, Blondie.
Yeah.
Nice and creepy.
Well done, Ross Mitchell Brady.
Yeah, not creepy.
Yeah.
Nice and
Shy
creepy.
boys don't get sweets.
Yeah.
Shy boys don't get sweets, mate.
Yeah. Hey, Blondie, tell us what's your ideal first date? What's your ideal first date? You know, there's a lot of eligible bachelors in the Archie verse. If they really want to impress, you know, what would the ideal first date be?
Not existing.
What about
not existing?
What
not
about
existing from the Archieverse is what she meant.
Yeah.
Not existing from the Archieverse.
Yes,
what about tire kicking at the Rolex AD? What do you think about that? And then going for noodles. Do you think that's a good first date?
Sure. I would prefer.
There you go.
Watches in Switzerland, something with more variety. I don't know.
The problem is it leads to then being pressured into buying something, and it may not. You may not get a ROI. The return on investment may not be very good.
No, I think Blondie
ROI.
understands what the go is. Yeah,
Blondie,
it's all about.
We got a super chat. Big Tony, $2. Big Tony, $2. Black and white GMT new release. I don't know why they don't bring out a Coke. Just a Coke would be good. And Rick Foss 50 knock. I agree, Patel. I agree. Blondie is being an amazing sport tonight.
Exactly.
Yes, thank you.
Exactly.
A-grade talent, Archers. No question about that. A-grade talent.
And I think there's
Blondie,
a distinct preference over TW towards Blondie.
Oh, yeah, do a poll. No, wait, I don't think you need to. Anyway.
No
we all
poll
know.
is necessary. Everybody,
Yeah.
we know which way it's going to go.
No offense. We don't need to hurt anyone's feelings, but like, you could have called him and had that whole conversation about the 19-year-old, whatever, the friend from 19 years ago. You could have done that and had a personal phone call. That's what we were like listening in on. You need to interact with your chat more, Archie. Not just super chat. The chat as well.
Yeah, that's 100% bad.
Alrighty.
Amazing. So how's your car going, Blondie, by the way? You've got the Jeep, don't you?
Cool.
I love my car. Yeah, it's great.
You got a
What
Jeep,
type of
don't
Jeep
you?
is it? Arch, bring it up. What type of Jeep?
Patriot.
Grand Cherokee.
Nice.
Would you ever get a BMW, just out of interest?
Fucking hell, Archie. You've got Blondie and you talking car talk again.
Hint. Hey,
Blondie, what's the interest rate?
BMW?
Hey, Blondie, what's the interest rate on your Jeep? What kind of deal did you get?
I just took out. I bought it, so I own it outright. Well, the bank.
There you go.
Maybe there's I have maybe like $2,000 left. It's not much. Not
Perfect.
Much. But there's no
That's the way it's
interest,
supposed to be done.
Yeah, I did it right.
None of this
Nice.
crap.
I bet you're loving all this car talk, aren't you, Blondie?
Blondie, a serious question. How much you pay? How much you pay insurance and a serious question, really? How much you pay gas fee and insurance and everything for the car in a year? How much money actually you spend a year?
Danny, you're slipping, Danny. That's all I can tell you.
I'm fucking bored, mate.
Marcelo.
That's why.
Marcelo, I can give you my accountant's number, and maybe he can give you.
No, but kind of average for me to. Hey, I don't have a car here in Japan. Actually, I don't even have a driving license. Just to get a kind of idea.
Yeah, don't
how
even
it
have
works,
a
you know?
150 grand worth of steak.
I honestly, Marcelo, I couldn't tell you, but I could tell you my insurance is about, I think, like $130 a month. I think.
It's usually a lot better for women than men in terms of cost. Usually.
So Blondie,
really?
It would be.
Yeah.
It would be okay. So
Yeah.
it would be exaggerate if it would be exaggerate if I would say that the insurance and gas fee and everything would be maybe over $5,000 a year.
Look, you're probably looking at $10,000 a year to run a car with no loan. I can tell you that, Marcelo. But the thing is, why do you want a car? Your business is not doing well. Your YouTube career is fucked. Your YouTube career that was never fantastic. What do you want to do in your life? Tell me this. What the fuck do you want to do in your life? Tell me this. What do you want to...
After I retired, I sell all my watches, and actually not exactly me, my wife. She wants to travel all over the world, you know, with whatever money is left.
Archie, super chat.
Super chat. Let's have a look here. We got a super chat from Big Tony. What about red and white bezel with blue dial GMT? I think they're only going to do conservative black dial. We might see a Coke. I'd like the Jaffa orange and black bezel. That's what I've been pushing for years. It never came
I think
true.
a red and white with a blue dial is starting to look too much like a ball. I don't think they'll ever do that.
Blondie, what watch are you getting next? Tell me what's your aim in watches. What's the? Oh, you got everything.
No watch. Yeah, that Cartier. The Cartier was my holy grail. So that was my grail for now.
How much was that?
For a really good price, and I think it was a mistake or a typo, or Marco didn't, or he mostly does like deals with Rolex, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I don't know, and they don't keep inventory long. They're just want it in and out. So maybe that's why I got a good deal. But I bought it sight unseen. It was my grail, and I had never seen it. Every boutique that I went to from, their flagship on Fifth Ave.
Yeah.
And in Vegas and others, I would ask them about this watch because I loved it. The Tank Louis. Pull it up, Arch. Pull it up.
You ever considered the obvious possibility that he likes you?
What?
He gave you a good deal? He
No,
likes you and gave you a good deal.
No, when I saw this, it was a Sunday night. I was like trying to reach out to him on Instagram, like, he doesn't know who I am. And I was like, because it was too good to be true, I thought.
It's not a Tank Solo, is it? It's not a Tank Solo. It's the Tank Louis.
Tank Louis, yeah. Tank Louis. It's a small size. All right, I'll go grab it. Let me just put this.
I'm just bringing it up now on the screen. I got one here.
So there's not a lot of information about it. So I found out when I went to get it resized.
Is it here? This is it here?
But it's not, it's full, it's a bracelet. It's rose gold all the way through. It's definitely a woman's watch.
On bracelet. It's on bracelet.
Yeah, Tank Louis rose gold bracelet.
Like this? Like this?
Yeah, that's it. But no diamond. Mine doesn't have the diamonds on the bezel. Mine's
sure.
Just,
wow. How much did you pay for that?
I got a great deal, Arch.
How old is it?
I think so that's the thing. I found out nothing about this, but when I went to get it resized at the mansion, the flagship,
yeah,
the what do you call it? One of the SAs there was telling me he knew. He pointed it out in the elevator, and he was like,
"Yeah,
that's the Tank Louis." He's like, "We still get calls about that." I go, "Wait, you know about this watch?" And he's like, "It was invitation only, apparently." And it
I see.
Right before the pandemic. So I think it was like 2019. So it kind of like got buried, I feel like, and plus invite only. So there isn't much out there about it. But yeah, I love it. And people still call them today, but they're not producing them anymore.
We got Jake the Yuppie, $3. I think Blondie should get a 2 Series BMW at 7% per annum. You betcha. Why not?
Arch, I just got new tires for the first time after like 40,000 miles. Okay?
Yes.
40,000 miles, same tires.
Yes.
And it was brand new. Like I didn't buy it.
Where are you going? Who with? Have fun. Well, that's amazing. 40,000 miles. My God. That's good.
No. Yeah. Oh, until I had to change the tires. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. That's fantastic. So what did you pay for the Cartier? You didn't tell us what you paid.
Yeah. I don't want to say. You keep asking me. I keep diverting.
Yes.
Next question.
Okay. No worries. It's okay. We'll keep. That's fair enough. Because there's people jump on things. They always. Sometimes they're not your best friends on this stream, but so you've got 3 watches now: two Rolex, the Patek, and the Cartier. 4 watches.
Yes, and then I have like I mean, I know you guys don't count this, but I have a beautiful vintage AP from Venice that I purchased. That
you regret buying that? Do you regret buying that now?
No, I appreciate the vintage stuff. It's easily from the 1940s when they had a small workshop with no more than 20 people in it that were building these watches. And I don't know, it gives me like the chills when I think of the nostalgia, and like I think of, all that's happened and that this watch saw, and who I try to like, I don't know, dream about who was wearing it and the person that had it before me. I don't know.
Sure, I understand. So okay, that's nice. That was expensive too. You paid a lot of money for that watch, didn't you?
Let me think. Maybe it's been so long now. I got overcharged because it was what's his name's friend. Miller watch guy.
You reckon you got a kickback?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, why do you say that?
I think it was like €4,000. 4,000 euro.
How come you say you get a kickback? That's pretty awful. What sort of friend is that?
Don't know. I don't. I retract that. I don't know, so I'm not going to make allegations if I don't.
But you like it. That's the important thing.
Yeah, I've been dragging my feet. I need to get a proper strap for it. That's the thing.
Oh, you should go to Aaron Bespoke. He does beautiful straps.
That's right. He's in Canada, right?
That's
Too. Yep.
Combat straps. Aaron Bespoke.
Yep. Bespoke, not stroke.
Archie, I actually have a question. If you buy a watch from a gray market dealer in a different country, you equivalent for the tax return, or it doesn't work like that? How this works?
You tell me. You're telling the story.
No, like if you buy a watch, let's say you go to Venice or you go to another country, you buy a watch not for
You mean someone paid you $500 to come on my stream and ask these ridiculous questions?
No, I just ask you because I don't know.
Well, I mean, I don't understand. I don't understand why you'd ask this question here. I mean, taxes, you pay taxes when you buy them, sales taxes in countries, and then when you take them to your home country, you can get whacked again. But that's just how it goes, Marcelo.
Okay, no, the reason I say is because Japan
that's not including possible duties you have to pay on top of the taxes.
Yeah, it's not so great, really. These taxes can really be a hindrance. Like in my case in Australia, you buy something in Hong Kong, there's no taxes in Hong Kong, but you bring it to Australia, you should technically, legally, you're supposed to declare it. That's technically what happens.
That's why they usually say taxes and fees, especially when it's an
I don't normally I think, to be honest with you, I tend to buy things in my home market. I don't really like to buy things overseas, but
as an example, Archie Luxury probably saved me anywhere between 10,000 and possibly more than that on a Daytona purchase from Japan, just in taxes and fees.
Yeah, and Japan, they never fucking they never fucking.
They're always honest.
Yeah, they're very annoying. They're very annoying.
So
it's kind of annoying. Like someone paid you $500 to come on my stream. I would have preferred the money. I don't know if I really wanted you. Can I say that to you? I'd rather have the money.
Really? Oh, really?
I don't really think that was a good. I would have preferred the money directly, especially after I forked out fucking $3,200 for my hotel in New York without a toilet. But what would I know?
Shit.
Toilet extra.
Toilet extra. There's one on the same floor. I know that. But fucking hell, what can you do? What can you Dude.
Hey, come on, Arch. You're going to come next year to Japan. I'm really going to take care of you. Come on. Yeah,
we'll
come on.
see.
We're going to be good.
It'll be fun.
It's going to be good.
There's no mute button in person. That's the problem.
I got to tell you,
Hey,
seriously.
Blondie, you would love to meet me in person. Trust me. I know the shtick with the strings, but trust me. Whoever meet me in person loves me. Trust me.
Okay. Do we have anyone that can stand behind that?
Actually, we do. Mr. Tudor to you. Mr. Tudor to you already came here. And Jamie going to come here in January. And then he can approve or not approve what I told you.
Yeah. Okay. We'll wait until Jamie gets out
All
there.
right.
We'll assess.
All right.
We'll go from there. Then we'll decide.
Okay.
Okay.
Tell me this, Blondie. Would you date another person from the Archieverse if the right? What do you think? Would you do that again, or
chat this, or are you like early dementia? You asked this already.
Yeah, I thought we'd ask again.
Yeah, that's a resounding no.
It's a resounding no.
It's a no.
Tell me this, modern day dating, can you just meet people in your normal life without having to use a fucking app? Can you?
Nor.
Is that possible or not?
No.
Okay, fair. Who's coming for dinner tonight? Can I ask you that, Blondie, or are you making this for yourself?
Yeah, I'm the slow cook, so this is. I mean, you guys have been cooking forever. It probably tastes like ours, but no, just make it for myself.
Gotcha.
Spending the night with you guys, huh? Making it for the Archivist. They're all coming over. Just kidding.
Any help you need about cooking, don't be shy to ask.
Huh?
I'm here. Any help you need in the cooking, don't be shy to ask.
Marcelo is the chef.
Do more cooking streams, Marcelo.
Do you like meat, Blondie? Do you like meat, or you're a vegetarian?
Again, when you guys asked what I was cooking, but no one listens, I'm cooking pork bowls.
Pork bowls, okay.
Beautiful. With jasmine rice, which is delicious. I love jasmine rice.
Jasmine rice.
Oh, it's the best flavor. I love it.
You know, that's my favorite. One of my favorite Woody Allen movies was Blue Jasmine. The character Kate Blanchett reminds me of you, Blondie.
I'll take it.
Have you seen that movie, Blue Jasmine?
Not in a long time.
Do you like jasmine rice more than basmati rice?
Basmati, yeah, I believe
think it's
so.
more healthy.
Basmati as much, but yeah, I think so. It just, to me, the jasmine rice has more flavor. I don't know. That I agree with.
Sure, I eat them both. I love them both, but
Nice.
basmati really seems to make the best white rice. Like if you can use it for a Chinese dish or something. What? You do?
Great.
You do?
I mean, how could I not?
Why does everybody?
There you go. Yeah. See, you're laughing.
So, anyways, I forgot what I was talking about anyway. So
basmati rice. Is that the long rice?
Actually, you guys have to try Japanese whole wheat rice. That actually came up to be not bad. It's not delicious like white rice, but at least it's more healthy.
Therein lies the problem.
Exactly. It's
I guess when I look at it, it's is like some white rice better than no rice at all, because I'm not a big wheat non-white.
Here we go. We've got a super chat. Rick Foss, 20 knock. Marcelo, super chat to stay on. There we go. They want you on, Rick. They want you on, Marcelo, I should say.
Okay, it's good to hey, I mean, I'm here to give you guys some support.
It's 10 o'clock in the morning in Japan, isn't it? 10:08 in Japan.
It is. You see how hard I really try. And, I mean, it's your show. You have the guests. You decide. You control. And, of course, hey, if somebody willing to kick me out and willing to super chat for that,
I'm more than.
Yeah, Marcelo does.
Sure.
He is a good sport. He is a good sport. He is a good sport. So that does help. I got to tell you, are you going to meet up with me, Blondie, in New York? I'm coming to New York very soon.
I'm going to be at that smaller, more intimate dinner on Friday night at Gallagher's.
Oh, holy shit. I'd love to see you.
Yeah, I'm going to be there.
Wow, that'll be fantastic. I'm really looking forward. You're going to be there. That's fantastic. Is it going to be expensive? How much is it going to cost? Because I'm a bit worried about.
Oh, first of all, that's the someone's sponsoring that dinner, and like you're obviously not paying, so cut the crap. You know that.
Okay.
Yeah, just relax. Just enjoy yourself. That's all. That's the only thing you need to do.
If you're there, I will have a great time. I can always chat to you. It'll be fantastic.
Archie, how old are you? Can I ask you some questions?
You can ask me anything, please. Fire.
Are you 6'5"? How tall are you? 6'5", 6'4"?
6'1", 6'1", 6'1", 6'1".
Wait, what?
I think. Yeah, 6'1".
I thought Archie was so tall. That was like the first shocking thing when I met him in Vegas last October. I was like, and I was wearing a pretty significant heel. And
yeah, you're very tall.
Brick shithouse. He's like this size.
Blondie knows how to chat the guys. Yes, thank you so much. You're making me blush, Blondie.
Wait, Archie, can I give you one more? Can I give you a tip? Actually, I mentioned this to Tam the other day.
Please.
When I was on Watch Nicholas the other day, we were watching some of your old clips, and it was really fun. It was before my time, so it was quite funny to watch. And I still, I knew all the players, but it's just funny to see it as it was. But I think you need to go back to the old setup. You got too much clutter and this bullshit behind you. I feel like people want the stickers, whatever your stuff, the I love bangers stickers.
Yes.
I think you need to do that. And you know what? I can tell you how to do it real simple, Archie, because I know work is not your thing.
Yes.
Green screen, and then you just take an image from one of your 1-minute breaks, and then you screenshot that, make that your background. You might just have to hang a green freaking cloth you can get on Amazon for $5.
I see. Yes. Yeah, that's a very, very interesting approach. Yep. Okay. Fair call.
It's not doing anything. It's not doing
fair
anything.
Call.
Yeah.
Fair call.
I think it's a great idea.
Good point.
I'm not wasted, JB. I don't think I'm drunk. I'm actually not. If you think this is drunk.
No, she's very straight there.
This ain't nothing.
Yeah, beautiful stuff. No, that's actually a good point. Yes.
I think
very good point. Yeah, you're on par there. Very, very good. It's
Hey, Blondie. Oh, go ahead, Arch. Sorry.
Hey, you go ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to ask Blondie. So, are you on the apps? I'm curious because I'm engaged, right? So I don't do the modern dating scene, and so I'm curious. You're on the apps. How do the apps go? What are the guys like? What's your reflection on that?
I'm not on those. I haven't been on those in quite a few years, to be honest. But from my recollection, it's hard because you have to make this conversation, have this conversation and maintain this conversation with someone via chat, and then it has to get to the point where number exchange, and then it's takes a lot of effort for people.
It's very gamified, right? It's very gamified now.
Yeah, it's tough, and everyone there's too many options, and
do guys approach you in real life? So you're not on the apps. Does that mean that you'll be at a cafe somewhere and a guy will come up and give you his number or something? Does that happen to you? Because guys don't really do that anymore. Everything's via apps now.
Yeah, and I'm kind of a home buddy. If you guys haven't.
GB, $2. Blondie, you're a good sport.
Thank you.
You are a good sport, Blondie.
Thank you. I do what I can. Trying to help
Hey,
out.
can I share a very quick dating story with you? Pre-app. Do you want to hear a pre-app dating
Go ahead,
story?
Arch. We'd love to hear it. Come on, Arch.
Okay. So what I used to do is, right? Here's the thing you do is, this is when I had a nice car, right? You would go there. I used to troll the classifieds for a lady who's selling a total piece of shit, and then because often they were hot, like the women were hot, right?
Like maybe they're a bit younger, you know. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it, Arch.
You know, so I turn up in a beautiful car and say, look, I don't want to leave this at the station. I'm looking for a runabout. And then I would actually ask them out for dinner.
Arch,
Right?
you are a fucking genius. Did you come up with that, or did?
Okay, and I got another one for you. I got another
Yeah.
one. I used to. This was before the housing. This was like 30 years ago. Okay.
Yeah.
Before the housing crisis, I used to look for share accommodation. I'd go there and ask them. I would go there and ask them out and say, you know what? Do you know any good? Are there any good coffee shops by? Do you want to go and see if you could? And I remember I was looking at one place, right? And there was this fucking. He was a. What was he? He wasn't Swedish. He's Sven. He was Swiss or something exotic, right? Moroccan. And I was looking at the house. He was introducing me to the flatmates. Then he came back and said, "You're not our type of roommate. Could you please leave?" That's what he said to me. Because I asked the girl out. I think she complained that I was just
a creeper.
Yeah, he was onto you, Arch. He was onto you, big boy.
Yeah. Yeah, and they didn't like me because I had a brand new car, and they were like kind of down and out. Like really, the house was a fucking.
Yeah, he
hovel.
was jealous.
It was a squabble, right? And another story. Yeah, so there you go.
Okay. Okay, number 3. What else, Arch? What else?
They were desperate times because in those days, right? All you had, you know how you have the dating apps. What we had was, in those times, you had dating agencies, but they were always slimy. You know, dating agencies. I remember that they used to advertise there was the You and I Get Together dating agency. They had all these and they were fucking expensive. You know, so normally you had to go like this. This is in the 90s, so pre-internet. This is pre-internet. Pre-internet, you had to go like to nightclub, and there's nothing worse. Single guy going to like 3 or 4 girls in a group. That's like going a lamb to the slaughter. You know, like a pack.
Yeah,
they would tear you to bits.
They've got the home field advantage. Yeah, no question, Arch. And they're all judging you at once. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and they're super critical and super. Oh fuck, that was.
But you're the pontiff. You're the pontiff. You're not a lowly.
But he wasn't at the time, Blondie.
Yeah, I didn't have confidence, and it was tough dating in that. And the other thing is too, they said that, you know, what's that expensive supermarket in America? Whole Foods, like that's a good place to pick up apparently, because they're going to be health conscious. They're going to be rich. You go to Whole Foods.
They send their nannies. The real rich send their help. They send the help out to the.
Have you noticed that Wolven has jumped on? I think.
Hey, Wolven.
Oh, has he?
Thank you so much, guys. I got to tell you, those days. You know, the truth is with dating, like people still set their friends up, but don't they? Like in the dating scene, they still set their friends up.
Yeah, but it tends not to. The feedback I've had from mates who do that is that it tends to be awkward. It doesn't really work.
How did you meet your lady then, Jake?
We met at college, actually. She's American.
Oh.
She's also a fellow blonde American, actually. And
Really?
yeah, she's from Oregon. Yeah, totally. She came to Australia on exchange and then stayed. Hey, Arch. So did this work? This system you had going? Because I think it's first. There's a few questions I've got. Right. The first one is, did it work? Okay.
Actually, can I tell you another? Let me tell you another story. Okay.
Okay. I got some questions, so please give me some time.
Okay.
Yeah.
The other thing is too, when I first started dating before this, I was very innocent. I joined the Labour Party so that you could meet Labour chicks, right? But they were too busy fucking. The girls there were either lesbians, right? And they wanted to crucify you for having sexual thoughts. They'd walk around and say, "Did you have a sexual thought about?" You know, they're just fucking
Totally.
Or the ones who were decent, they were fucking the local members of parliament, right?
It's not a place to hook up, Arch, the Labour Party. It's not a place to hook up.
And then I actually joined the Liberal Party when I went to university. I only lasted 3 months, okay? Not that I actually finished, but I went there and I joined the Liberal Party and I got offered a fuck. I was so naive. I didn't handle it. I was an idiot. But that's why that's why I have such a soft spot for the Liberal Party, because that's the first time someone asked me to go home with them. It was at a Liberal Party function. And you know what? I love the Labour Party. They were fucking nasty lesbian dykes, most of the women there. Can I say that to you?
I don't know if somebody asked you this, but I didn't have a chance to probably listen. So you got married twice, right? So
what's that?
You got married twice, right?
Yes. Okay. That's it.
Is okay to share how you met your first wife and after how you met your second wife? I mean, it wasn't, I guess, in dating apps, right?
No. It doesn't really matter. No, it does. Look,
Okay,
how did you meet Mummy? How did you meet Mummy? That's more important to me. How did you meet your wife?
In Canada, in Toronto, in Canada.
She was in Canada?
Yes.
What the fuck was she doing in Canada?
To study English. She was a student to study English, actually, and it was a friend of mine. I actually in Toronto used to be in a hostel because I actually left my family from Montreal because they are fucking assholes. And
here we go. Ron the actuary, $5. Boo! Jake sucks. Ooh,
nasty Ron.
Jealous.
Nasty Ron.
He's jealous. He wants to.
No, I'll cop that. I'll suck as long as you get super chats out. No problem.
Ron. Jake's married. Don't worry.
I'm engaged.
Yeah, but Jake's got a $1 million home. You're hardly going to walk out on $1 million mortgage.
No.
For Blondie.
I need that. I need that Mrs. Yuppie income to keep the lifestyle going, Arch.
Exactly.
She's a contributor to the household.
No. Jake's trying to cock block you. Ron's trying to cock block you. It's not a cock block situation because you're not in the market. You're not in the market.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Blondie. I'm really sorry about that.
We love you, Ronnie. Ronnie, we love you. We're trying to set you up with Blondie, okay? So
sorry, Ron. I would never do that.
Would you date Blondie? Would you date Ron? Can I ask you just yes or no? Just yes or no. Would you date Ron? Yes or no? He's a doctor.
Psychiatrist.
I think I lost. Can you guys hear me?
Would you date Ron the Shrink?
I think I can't. Are you guys there? Hello?
Would you date Ron the Shrink?
I think my sound. I don't hear you guys. My sound.
Hello. Yeah.
Hey, Arch. While Blondie's fixing it, right? Can you tell us? Yeah. So did this?
I want to know how long you've been engaged. How long have you been engaged? Has it been over a year?
Yeah, about a year. Yeah. Arch. So this way you had of meeting.
Are you on the 5-year plan? 5-year plan?
No, but I really want to know this. So did you come? First of all, Arch, did you come up with this mechanism for meeting women, or did you learn about it? Right. And secondly,
no. This is self-invented. Like self-invented.
Wow.
Let me tell you.
Arch, that is actually genius. Like no fucking joke. That is clever.
Let me tell you another story. You want to hear something else?
Yeah.
I got another story for you.
Yeah.
Let me grab.
I think Marcelo had problems because he was hostile.
Will Money, $5. Well, technically, Archie was married 3 times, but he didn't sign the paperwork on the second one. That's true. Let me tell you this.
That means he had his fingers crossed. Fingers crossed doesn't count.
Actually, I got to tell you, Jake.
Yeah.
How's this? This is for a terrible story. I actually had lodged papers to marry my second, the Thai wife, right? I'd actually set a date. You go to the registry office and set a date.
Yeah.
And then my dad had that talk to me where he said to me, why don't you find someone who's got a job?
Yeah.
And then I actually went back to the registry office weeks later and said, I want to change this booking to another lady.
Ooh, tie goes to the runner. Tie goes to the runner.
Now, I tell you this other story. I remember one. See, what happened to me is I was self-employed until I was in my late 20s. Okay.
Yeah.
I had my own computer business, so I never really worked for anybody else except myself. I'd done some work for my dad, some secretarial work because he had a accounting business. I'd done work for him as a kid, but I'd never actually had a normal job. Okay.
You never had a boss.
And then loose tooth, $2. That's not a number. Ron D. Q4 2023. That's not a number. Loose tooth. I don't know.
No, that's not a no. He's saying that Blondie's into Ron. So it's going to be Rondi. You know, like Brangelina or some shit. Yeah.
It's like a campaign.
So what happened to me was, right, I was so fucked. My computer business was shit, right? I needed to get a job urgently. And I'd never really had a resume. Like you can see, you Google how to do a resume. I mean, I put a resume. This was 1999. Okay. I put a resume together. I could never get a job. I wasn't getting interviews or nothing, just rejections, right?
Yeah.
And I needed to know, how come I'm not getting fucking interview? Why can't I get into anything, right? So I was fucking desperate, right? Desperate. Like I had 2 kids, a mortgage, actually a car was paid off, but I had a mortgage. I had fucking commitments, right? And I couldn't. It was very hard to get work.
But Archie, you're a boss in your blood. You're a boss in your blood.
No, but
That's why you cannot have a boss above you.
But I needed to get work. It's one thing to be a boss, but sometimes you just need to have a fucking job to pay some rent or pay the mortgage, pay the living.
It's true, but then
I didn't know what to do. Actually, I was getting some welfare benefits because my income was shit at the time. And I couldn't get a job. I couldn't get a job, right? I thought, what the fuck can I do? So I asked people in the same industry as me, could I have a look at your resume? And they said no. They wouldn't show it to me. You know, like they were evasive. They didn't say no, but they were, you need to do this. You know, they never said, I thought, fuck, what do I do? I'm desperate, right? I got desperate.
So what'd you do?
Okay, so this was pre-internet days. I put an ad in the paper for a job I wanted.
Yeah.
So it was I put an ad in the paper myself, advertising a position that didn't exist. So I could see people would send me their resumes and I could steal the good ones to fix mine up so I could apply for that sort of job. I was desperate.
Archie, you're a crafty guy, you know that is very smart.
But I was desperate. Do you understand desperate or not? I was fucking desperate. Like, I mean, seriously desperate. And then I realized, instead of saying I was self-employed, what I should say is I should list my major customers and say I did work for them. Do you see what I didn't lie, but I made it look differently. You see what I mean?
You made it look like you were employed by them when you were sort of contracted to them. You know what I mean? Is that what you did?
I made it look like Rick Foss, 20 knock. Any transfer to the other streams tonight, Arch? I'm having a look. I think
boy, that gives the impression that they're looking forward to the other streams. That's nice.
Look, I got to be honest with you. Sometimes I don't know what the fucking hell to do. You know, I was desperate. I was so fucking I was so depressed. That's actually, I had really bad depression. You know, I couldn't actually, go to a shrink because I got a referral from the doctor, but the shrinks were so expensive, and I had money problems.
Yeah,
so
they are.
The last thing I could do was afford to pay $180. This was 20 years ago to get help when I had money. I thought, fuck, that's the last thing that's going to make my situation worse. That's when I sold off my Rolex collection. That's how desperate it was. I sold it off.
Ouch.
Because I had Jake, I had a president. I had a day date.
Yeah.
I had a day date. And,
you also sold off the 1016 at that time?
No, I'd sold the 1016 to pay for the day date. That's how I got the day date, because I sold the day this 1016 got the day date. Hey, Herman, what are you doing, Herman? Sing for us. What's going on? Tell us your story. What's happening?
I'm gonna tell you how to speak in the South in America. You know, I'm gonna teach you some slang. All right. So like, smo, that means another helping. Smo, I want smo, and row, that's the sound a lion makes, and flow, that's what you stand on. You stand on the flow.
Flow, man, flow.
Po, that's when you're poverty struck. You're po. And ho, that's like a bad girl. Ho.
Are you rapping the Hoff right now?
Huh?
Are you rapping to Hoff right now? Because I'm not sure Hoff is watching tonight.
I've been there and done that. You know what I'm saying? And shit, that's old. That's that's ancient history, man. Come on.
Yeah, but that's your thing. I can tell. That's your
thing. No. So come.
There we have it. Well, that's good to learn, actually.
Thank you so much, Herman.
All right, no problem.
He's got the ultimate flex. This guy's got a fucking Steinway. Jake the yuppie.
Nice.
He doesn't need no fucking plastic BMW. This fucker's got a full grand piano, a Steinway, a proper Steinway in his house.
Wow. Good for you, Herman. That's great, man. They're beautiful.
The ultimate flex.
Thank you.
Ultimate
Yeah,
flex.
absolutely.
A Steinway. A Steinway. It's a full. It's not a baby grand. It's a fucking. Does Steinway make baby grands, or they only make grand?
Of course,
piano?
yeah. They make all different sizes. Yeah.
Okay.
The one that I have is called a B. It's not a full concert grand. It's 6'11".
That's still fucking long enough.
Yeah.
6'11". That's like a casket. This is like a casket. You could get you buried in that. You know.
Yeah. That's true.
Tommy says that Herman is our Ebonics translator.
Yeah, we love. But Jake,
I don't know if that's true, but
I
that's
got to
what
tell you,
Tommy says.
the Labour Party. I joined the Labour Party to fucking meet women, and it was a major. You know, I'll be honest with you. I remember when I was young, I was really more political, right? You always younger, you become a bit left wing, right? That's why I've swung the other way, because I fucking hate Labour now. I really fucking hate Labour. But I remember I wanted to join the Young Labour Party, and that my local member said, "Oh, I advise people not to join Young Labour. It's always it's a
because you ruin your life. It's toxic." Yeah,
that's what they said. I thought, because I was interested in politics,
and they were right.
Young,
Just going to let you guys know, in this country, that phrase is not part of a political discussion.
Yeah,
but you know what I mean.
But Arch, I saw so many young people ruin their careers before they even started by getting involved in Young Labour. It can be really toxic.
Like what? Like how do you mean?
Oh, you know, they're bullying each other. You know, sort of try and sleep with girls, and it's creepy, and you know, rightfully they get asked to leave the party. You know, all that sort of stuff goes on because obviously there's dickheads that join, but you're also just kids. You know, you're just kids. And anyway, so it's not healthy. But Arch, I want to say that those mechanisms you had for meeting women, that is fucking genius. And when you think about it, right, you know, these girls that are, you know, selling cheap cars and all the rest of it tend to be a little bit younger. You know, like it's a demographic thing as well. Honestly, that is very creative. I'm not smart enough to come up with shit like that. So I want to know, did it work? Did you get any dates? Did you? You know, did you seal the deal?
Look, you always get some. I mean, I didn't marry one from there, but I mean, look, it's you got to have that mindset. It's that mindset. You know what I mean? You just got to think outside the box. Does that make sense? You got to think outside the box.
You were thinking inside the box, actually. You know, if you.
I got to tell you, I think when I left high school, dating was fucking hard. It was so hard.
Man, straight out of high school, I shredded the box.
It was hard.
I was
you got it, Mikey.
I fuck everything. I fuck so many chicks.
No, but it's
we know
hard.
that, Mike. You don't have to tell
these
us.
women,
You don't have to tell
these
us
women
that.
were
It's like,
nasty. They were very fucking
you're a total
nasty. They were
stud.
nasty. They were nasty.
None of the girls I did
So
were
Mike,
nasty.
Mike, what do you think of Archer's, going, the car ads and the share house ads and things like that? Do you think that was a good play?
They were throwing themselves. See, this is desperate times in the Western world, Jake. It's really tough. The Western world is a very fucking hard place. And I'll tell you something too. Can I tell you an add-on, an anecdote to end the show on? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want to be nasty. I don't want to say anything out of place. But now that Blondie's not here, I'm going to tell you something realistic. Okay.
Yeah.
What's happened now is on these dating sites, you actually find that in the Western world, there is a shortage of women. There's far more men than women. Okay.
Oh yeah, totally.
Okay. So they get to pick, right? And the funny thing is, I know someone who was dating this Vietnamese woman. He turned up to take her out on a date, and she was running late because she had been on a date before she was seeing him. He actually parked around the corner, and he could see someone dropped her off, right?
Yeah.
Then she went on a date with him, and she had a date lined up afterwards after him, right? And like these women, they take photos on their profile where they're eating beautiful meals. That's because they're on a date with some other.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
that's exactly right.
The thing is, in Asia, it's a complete reverse. The men are in short supply. So you go to somewhere in Asia, and your apps, like in Australia, Tinder or Badoo, swipe, you get hardly any replies. But in Asia, it's a complete opposite. Do you understand?
Yeah,
Archie, here's a paradise. What are you talking?
Because
I didn't know that, Arch. So would I get chased after in Asia? Is that what you're saying? A guy like me? You've met me, Arch. You've met me, Arch.
Yeah. No. You absolutely. Hong Kong, even Japan. You'd get chased in Japan. Everywhere. Look. Let's be honest. Okay, I don't want to be nasty. Okay, but let's face it. Okay, Marcelo is fucking dating poison. Okay, he's not attractive.
Why?
Okay? Let me just tell you this. He's not attractive. Let me tell you this. He's not attractive.
Really?
Right? He's got a horrible. His accent is fucking. It's just not a good accent to pick up women.
Everything you say
okay?
is true, but you need to go back 16 years ago.
And also, look, he's old and he's balding and he doesn't have. He's got some watches, but he's not really that well off. Okay. Now the thing is,
but he's got a nice restaurant and stuff. You know, he's a serious guy.
No, but the restaurant's losing money. Do you understand that?
Oh, yeah, most of them do.
Yes, most of them do. So to be honest with you, get a wife and get married. Anybody can. Okay. Asia's a different thing because in Japan, men don't want to get married because it's such a bad deal for them. They get married. The women are absolute. It's a hard thing. You got to Google this, Jakey, but the real bitches, they give you an allowance. The whole thing is just shit. I mean, seriously, you look at how Marcelo. I mean, seriously, Marcelo's problem is he was raised in a female household where he doesn't have any masculine role models. So he's turned out to be this fucking simp, this terrible simp, slimy, backstabbing simp. See, we think Marcelo's a cunt, but that's because that's what happens when you are raised in a household with women. You turn into being a sniveling, slimy, backstabbing fucking piece of shit. That's what happens. That's his environment he came from.
Listen, Arch. Also, if there is sometimes good money in the shop, and of course, women in Japan don't like to share, right? So I steal the money. You know, I mean, fuck you. You know, I'm going to take my part. Now, a lot of husbands in Japan, even when they work in high companies, the wife control the money, and she give only pocket money for the husband. You know that, right?
Well, the men are stupid enough to agree to it. It's just completely fucked. You need your own money. Guys, this is the show.
We got
This
a
is the
super chat.
Super chat. JT, $2. Marcelo's teeth are bad too. Guys, this is the show for today. I'm just going to go through the people who've contributed, and then we will end the show. We're linking to Watch Nick, Hoff on Smash, Swinging Kangaroo, Patel Philippe, Rick Foss. Rick Foss. We had Malik Diamond. Malik, who's this guy? I don't know who that is. Malik Diamond, Starchy, Golden Barber, Real World Curly, Neo, Patel Philippe, Loose Tooth, Patel Philippe, Rick Foss, Patel Philippe, Phoenician Cedar, Patel Philippe, The Mask, Speed Racer, Patel Philippe, Big Tony, Patel Philippe, Big Tony. We got GB, Patel Philippe, Ross Rachel Brady, Big Tony, Rick Foss, Big Tony, Jake the Yuppie, Rick Foss, GB, Ron the Actuary, Will Money, Loose Tooth, Rick Foss, JT, and Loose Tooth. Good resurrection show. Guys, we'll be back tomorrow. See you tomorrow, guys. Love yous all. Just stay on there, Jakey. I'll have a chat to you. See you later, guys.